Hello. Hello, hello. How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? It's the OSC Championship, Season 13, Challenger Bracket B, and later Open Bracket 2. We have double qualifiers today. So hello, hello. How are we feeling? How are we doing? That's not my webcam from today. Nailed it. Here we are. In the flesh. In the flesh. Alrighty, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just reset my bit goal. First, hell yeah. Passion. Being here before everyone else. Alright, brackets live. Actually, I have 12 sign-ins, so we're going to do a couple best of 3s and a couple best of 5s, basically, is what it seems like today. And then we'll be going offline for a while, because there should be probably a 2 to 3 hour gap on the tournament. So we'll go offline for a bit, and we'll come back later this evening with the next bracket. We're not going to try and stay alive or anything. I'm not doing anything like that. But that is the plan around. That's kind of what's happening, so yeah, looking forward to that as we get ready to participate in some StarCrafting, guys. Happy New Year, Zerg Burger. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us. What are we going to do on the bracket then? Let's actually think about this. I don't actually know what we should do. And yeah, I think we should go into the Cham game in the second round. So maybe we just do Art versus Cost Phoenix. Sure. Let's just do that, because it just means we have something to cast and I can see both of them online already, so it means... So that means we'll be able to definitely be able to get going and so on, so that'll be nice. So yeah, let's take that approach. Beautiful. Either you have no life or you like Wardy streams. The 60 stream watch streak. Holy. Well, I have no life because, you know, I've done nothing but stream 60 times. I guess that actually doesn't matter because it doesn't matter when I stream. Yeah, I saw someone actually on another channel have, like, a super crazy stream watch streak. I was like, wow, how is that possible? And it was like, obviously, if you stream, like, say someone streams 2 times a day, then you can double your watch streak up really quickly. I was like, oh. So 60 is actually pretty impressive considering, you know, we don't stream multiple times a day. We stream once per day. So yeah, that's, kind of neat, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of neat, guys, kind of neat. Pretty sick. Thank you so much, Vexbot. Appreciate you. As we've mentioned the players that we want an invite, so we should be able to get going in just a few. Get this on track for you guys very shortly for some StarCraft 2 action. Again, hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I say, 2 short streams a day. I don't know how YouTube's gonna like this. I feel like YouTube is gonna hate this. I don't know whether to upload a normal video later today as well, even though we're gonna be streaming. I have no idea what to do. YouTube doesn't like change, so YouTube doing 2 games in, or 2 matches in, or 2 streams in one day, it's probably going to be like, you doing what now? Like, I just do not think YouTube is going to cope well with this concept, so we'll try it out though. I guess we're going to try and see what happens, but yeah, I'm not overly convinced, to be honest. Like I said, we're going to go Art versus Cost Phoenix in our first match here today. Today, I guess it's going to be 3 best of 5s because it's 3 players qualify, which does make sense then. So then, yeah, actually, it's going to be a little bit longer, but I just don't think this is still going to be a super long day because I do think the first couple best of 3s are something we're going to storm through. It's very possible we get, you know, kind of a one-sided kind of best of 5 at some point as well. Obviously, not hoping for that, just being real is that these kind of qualifiers and the players I like to see signing up, there's a lot of potential for some one-sided stuff, so it's possible that some things obviously go pretty quickly, basically, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to hop onto Europe. I'm going to get ready to go into this. So it's going to be Art versus Cost Phoenix. This is going to be Art, who's a big favorite here by over 1,000 MMR. So, yeah, he'll be a big favorite, but we'll see what happens. Maybe Demi Zerg versus Demi versus Mini Zerg would have been cool, but the problem with that one is that I kind of like the match that this other matchup leads us into more. So there's a little bit of a greed factor there, I suppose. I was going to go 10,000 feet, or we were, but we're going to rehost apparently, so give me a second. Sweet. It's going to be Ruby Rock apparently. Cool. Alright, we'll go Ruby Rock for map number 1 of this. Oh, I landed myself in a PvP. How typical. Typical. Got myself into some PvP. Alright, players are readying up. We're going to ready ourselves into our first game of the day here, guys. Thanks for joining us for some OSC action. And here, countdown is on. Getting ready to go. It's wild outside today, by the way, guys. It is like blizzarding here. Every like 10 minutes, it just starts blizzarding. Me, Ellie, and Helen went out in the snow already and had a very fun walk. It's a great day to stay inside and cast StarCraft, basically. So that shall be what we do. As we have in the top left-hand side, the red Protoss player. This is going to be Cost Phoenix. And he'll definitely be the underdog in this series, but we'll see what he can do in some PvP against Art. And this is the Russian Art as well, just to clarify. We do have a couple of sneaky little Art guys hanging around lately, so this is the Russian Art, just so you guys are aware of who is who and what is what, and all of that goodness. And yeah, with all of that said already, let's get ready to go as we have in the bottom right side, our blue Protoss readying up to kick this off and see just what is going to happen. Gates coming through, probes coming up, and get settled in for a few moments here and figure out what we want to do. Just going to get ourselves that gateway coming along for a few moments. Just get settled for now. So a couple of similars dropping into place. I'm just going to see those gates coming through, the probes coming up, so yeah, everything really looking pretty well regulated for the first few moments of this one. Nothing too crazy right away, or right off the bat of this PvP. But you know, it's always possible to see some crazier kind of builds and some aggressive builds and so on, so I wouldn't say it's super crazy to kind of be discussing the possibility of something maybe happening already. There's just going to be 2 gates at home into the Cybercore. Of course, you can still get aggressive from here as well, so expecting that maybe to be the case as a probe moves over and heads over to this left-hand side. So we are going to see Art has been scouting around a little bit. Is going to end up approaching the base now of his opponent just to try and get a check on what's going on exactly in the base, at least. And then we do see the probie coming up. And the Cybercore coming through, probes on the way. And there we do have our first units being made. It's going to be double adept versus sentry stalker, so we'll have obviously the double adept available. A bit more of a chance to kind of be on the map and be a little bit more aggressive and pushing for some action and info and so on and so forth. Whereas the stalker sentry are going to give you the information through the hallucinations and so on, so that part will be very nice as well. And that'll be a little bit more of the focus here initially. As we get settled down, just going to see that probe still coming across here, and the couple of depths and that warp gate coming into play. And continue to get settled in here for a couple of moments. The probe still nibbling, the adepts still moving. Again, the 2 more adepts coming out, so Cost Phoenix going to get a lot of adepts going early. Does have to deal with this current supply block though, so that's going to be that for the moment. Definitely something for us to keep an eye on, see if we can get rid of this pylon block and kind of continue through comfortably or so. Nexus drops down on that bottom right-hand side, and we do have, again, the Twilight Council, a couple of depths, and that Warp Gate all coming through. Stalkers and the Sentry still making their way across. A couple of depths will continue by. Yeah, Twilight Council and the Warp Gate continue to build up as well, as we do have Art looking to apply some pressure. Now, all these units from Cost Phoenix have been adepts so far, and there is a world where just building adepts kind of nets you into a little bit of trouble. Because what can essentially happen is you're not going to have a lot of actual firepower. These soldiers are just going to walk up this ramp. They're going to start going after the pylon. Can take a probe or 2 as they go, but man, like, I mean, real talk, like, we gotta get some warp-ins here, and this pylon is gonna be down in a second. The warp-ins just go off. One adept warps in. Well, we can kill the... It's interesting, we can kill the sentry quickly, and I think this amount of adepts will play cleanup anyway, as we are gonna recall, but we'll lose 2 of the units. Like I say, the sentry and that 1 stalker go down anyway. So Art kind of denies the 2 gates for a while. I don't even know if that's that big of a deal, like, delays it a bit. The follow-up here is gonna be Glaives, by the way, which that in itself is maybe not... quite the normal, or kind of the expectation right here, so that part is perhaps interesting too. Hallucination still moving over the sides, everything else moving around as we speak. Just having the Adept's going to threaten to shade by, but there's enough units here towards the natural and everything, and just really don't see that being too much of an issue, honestly, so... Don't think that's going to be a problem at all. As yeah, Resonating Glaive is going to be finishing soon, and that's going to give us our aggressive intentions on the side of Cost Phoenix here, because again, he definitely wants to go with these Adepts and try to make something happen. I mean, it's not a lot of Adepts, to be fair, still. Like, it's not crazy numbers, so there's that to kind of consider as well. A bit of a weird state of the game, to be honest. Like I say, with those Adepts being out and about and having some potential. See what they can do. A couple of force fields go down. It's going to be nice catching a couple of these Adepts immediately, so that's going to be awesome. So yeah, that's going to be a great little catch. I mean, anything you can do to get rid of these Adepts, basically, and to stop them from doing too much. As you can see right now, they're going to try and dive into a mineral line or so. And again, in general, we want to try and stop that to the best of our ability. The other Adept goes down. Prism loads up. And Robo Facility, Gateway, probes, all coming through. Twilight Council and a couple additional probes coming on as well, just for the moment. Probes will shade about. A couple of Adepts in the sentries continue to come through as well. Adepts will move up toward that top side. Just going to load into the Prism. A few Adepts will gather together. Now the rest of this army from Art starts to push, and this is where you're going to start seeing the rest of this army really becoming very viable and very applicable to the game. I'm just going to have... Force comes down. I mean, this is the Immortal really has to be in strength here, because the Immortal can obviously deal with a lot of this. Prism in the main trying to cause some trouble basically at the same time of this, so just trying to do everything we can in that regard. Help us out as best as possible. Now, Prism obviously gives you that chance to kind of stay on the map and provide some kind of aggression in play here, so that's going to be what we go for in that regard. The rest of the Stalker Sentry Force still pulling back across. Immortal building, a couple of gates, the Stalkers and the Blink on the way through as well. And we have ourselves a couple more Stalkers just going to get warped in right now, on top of everything else. And probes still build up. Prism over halfway done, so like I said, just going to continue with that and try and bring that into play as well over these next few moments, get that Prism going and see what we can maybe do. Again, the Blink and the +1 both building up, the Immortal and the couple of Gateways on the way down as well, so a good chunk of everything just on the way right now as we get settled here and try and figure out what exactly it is that we're going to be taking. Next, as Cost Phoenix actually starts to come across the map, so he's obviously looking for a chance to get over here and to try and make something happen, so coming straight to the other side. Again, Adepts, the Sentries, the Immortals, all gathered together for the moment, so just gonna get that settled in here. Take a few moments. We actually have the Prism once again going in, so it gets a few more workers, so again, just gonna see some success on that part of it so far. I'm just going to try and shade through here. Good force fields at the front, going to be able to deny a little bit of this access from being taken. We are going to be seeing the fight basically just against the Adepts. The Immortal's not able to get involved. We are so close to having the Blink available, and that's obviously just going to make life so much easier, and you see it immediately here as well. Just the effectiveness of blinking straight on into that, and that is really just going to be about it, as that is going to be... Okay, a bunch of workers going down, but the entire army goes down here for Cost Phoenix, and at the same time we still have that Prism lingering. Still being defended against well, but this main army push just didn't do enough. You're committed to an Immortal Adept attack. The Immortals kind of get shut out of the fight entirely. It's kind of late for Immortal Adept. The later it goes, the less effective that is, especially against someone who has not even built the, built like a high Zealot count or anything. So you really don't have much going for you in that regard, honestly. And I think that's what it kind of comes down to there, as we'll get ready for Game 2, which will be on Winter Madness. So, a little start to the day. Cos Phoenix put up a bit more of a fight than I originally thought, to be honest. We'll head into our next game of this in just a couple of moments, guys, and go into Game 2. Winter Madness, just waiting for our players to get swapped into the correct positions and everything, and we will be going. Beautiful. Love it. Alright, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us here for some StarCrafts today. Like I say, I appreciate you guys. And, yeah, we're going to kick this off in just a couple of moments. Like I say, getting ready to rumble, just waiting for our players to get swapped around, some race swapping to be done, and we will be into this PvP. See what comes up next. So, moments away from more StarCrafts. Goes are getting called in the chat, so yeah, we really are getting close. Let's go will be confirmed. We're going to kick this off. Beautiful. Love to see it. StarCraft resumes. How's everyone doing in the chat? Again, hello everyone. Good to see you. We're going to be double streaming it up today. We will be doing this first qualifier, then later today we come back with a second qualifier. So it is back-to-back qualifiers. And it is going to be, as well, specifically, kind of 2 streams as well. And I'll just say that because in the past we would do a lot of like, we'll try and keep the stream live and stuff, but I think this is going to be too big a gap today. Unless this first qualifier goes long, and it really is just like a 1 hour gap until the next one, then we'll keep the stream live. But if it's 2 to 3 hours, we're just going to go offline and come back again later. So, yeah. Art in the bottom right, Cost Phoenix in the upper left. Art is the favorite. Cost Phoenix will be our underdog. Back 1k MMR difference. I'd say Cost Phoenix held himself in good stead for a lot of that game, honestly. Kept himself in a good place, kept himself kind of rolling nicely. Honestly, thought he played a pretty decent game. I thought he was going to be quite the underdog, and honestly really stood up for himself, I would say, and made me believe a little bit more. Like, there's a couple moments where I felt like he was doing well, and he did defend against that prism well as well. Also, he didn't let that kind of completely dictate his game plan. Just, obviously unfortunate to not be able to do too much else in the end, as we do have the gateway and the assimilators all continuing to come on through. So we just get set. Again, that gateway coming down, the assimilators all coming up. Get ready to rumble next couple of moments. So everything coming through right now. There's going to be this pro patrolling around, just checking the corners and getting ready to build up what I imagine is our cyber core here in the next couple of moments. So we'll get that started as well. Again, cyber core's building, gates coming through, the probes on the way. Just going to have ourselves the workers still moving about. So yeah, gates and the cyber cores all setting up just for the moment. Stalker Sentry Warp Gate, Double Adept Warp Gates. Both players going to head into the same as what we saw last game. So both players going to have a similar setup. Cost Phoenix going to go for that Twilight Council nice and quickly. So is going to choose to kind of go directly into that Twilight Tech. Where you see Art, I think, is set up to try and expand once more. So we'll see how that plays out over these next few moments. We do have Williams just still pondering around, trying to see what's going on and what's up. For a couple of moments as well, but honestly not much of anything right now. Pretty chill, just trying to figure out where, like I say, things are going and where stuff is happening. Twilight Council, a couple of gates in the Adepts all coming about. There's that Resonating Glaives on the way up as well, so we'll see that being added on into. Next is going to come along with the rest of this as well. A couple of Stalkers still producing a few different little bits and pieces kind of coming online, but overall still nothing hopefully crazy. Waiting for that Resonating Glaives. I guess off of one base, Resonating Glaives can hit a little bit harder, but we'll see how this works, because I'm not sure how it works, actually. This is an interesting one where I'm not completely convinced this is going to be... I'm honestly, I'm not convinced this is going to be super viable, to be honest. Like, this doesn't feel great to me, but let's see what happens. That's maybe the most important part of this at first. Just have our Adepts still going to be hanging around here. They're going to be chilling for a couple moments. They're going to hang around the Glaives and the Warp Gates. Ready to go now. Let's do Adepts starting to move out onto the map, so they're going to go up towards the top and get ready to move. Resonating Glaives is going to be done very shortly. Robot Facility in the next is coming by as well. So again, we continue to get that up and online. The thing is, this hallucination's going to see all these adepts coming across the map, so you know that aggression is coming. We already have 2 batteries here. That's going to help the Stalkers a lot. Basically, anything the adepts can't one-shot, which the adepts can probably get through these sentries quickly. I just don't think they're ever going to do enough damage to these Stalkers, and especially as the Stalker count grows. I do feel that, unfortunately, for Cost Phoenix, I think his game plan is kind of going down the drain very quickly right now. Stalker sentry back to the right side. The adepts gather up. Pylon going to be right there as well. Extra adepts just get warping in. Gateway still coming through. The Immortal producing. Extra Stalker warping in once again. And we do have the adepts going to commit to the Shade. Just don't see what we do. I guess I do see what we do, which is we Shade on top of this, but I don't really believe that's going to be good enough right now. I even like this army kind of stepping forward and just having the belief to kind of move in a little bit. This is the best fight you're going to get. You're a little bit away from the batteries, so it's going to give you a chance to at least take something of a fair fight here with Cost Phoenix. I just don't think that's going to be enough still by the end of the day. It still feels like that's going to be just a little bit of a brick wall that we end up running into. That defense is going to be made. These adepts have to back off, and at this point, Odd already takes a supply lead because what did he lose? 2 Stalkers and a Sentry, so he lost basically nothing, which was kind of our expectation. We kind of knew that was going to be the case, so that doesn't really surprise anybody here. And so, yeah, this is why you don't one base Glaives. It just doesn't really work out in the end of the day. As you see, those Stalkers still going to step through, so they're going to just get moving a bit further up as well. A couple of these adepts already taking some damage. More shots coming over. We do have the Immortals continue to fight as well, jumping onto the rest of these adepts. A couple more hits coming through. Yeah, I mean, nice try from Cost Phoenix. I like the first game more from him. I don't mind it. Like, you're the underdog. Let's do something a little bit wacky and crazy and different, sure, but that kind of went the way we kind of expected it to go at the end of the day, so not really much more to add on there. Guys, we're going to take a couple moments. We're going to be right back. I'm actually going to go grab my drink, but we're going to go Odd versus Cham next, which I believe should be on NA. So I'm not sure, actually, what server it is, but we're going to go Odd versus Cham next. I'm just going to go grab myself a drink real quick, so I will do that, and I will be back with you guys in just a moment. BRB. Hello, welcome back. Alright, just waiting for Cham and Art to figure out what they want to do. Or what the rules are for servers and stuff. What's off, guys? My YouTube chat's not showing up properly for some reason. Hang on. Cool. Alright, yeah, we'll, it's going soon. Cool. Sweet. Alright, how's everyone doing? How you guys feeling? Thanks for dropping by and hanging out and watching us and enjoying some games with us. Appreciate you all. Okay, guys, give me a couple moments to figure a couple things out and everything. Cool. Alright, I'll take a couple moments here, guys. We'll be moving soon. Thanks for the patience as we get this rolling in a couple moments. Like I say, appreciate you guys. Just got a couple things set up and ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cham and Art are both here, so obviously Art's here, but Cham is here as well, so should be, like I say, rolling on this in a couple mo's. How are we all doing? What are my thoughts surrounding the Idris speculation? Haven't heard anything of anything to do with that in forever. So, I have no idea. You tell me what my thoughts are, because I don't know. To be honest, I've got no idea what's going on. Don't ask me. Don't be asking me. I don't know. Seems like a meme. Oh, there's our lovely link going to be Tourmaline, so we're not going to be long without a game, guys. Get Tourmaline up and running here and get ready to go. There's ready GLHF, going to be called by Cham. We're going to head down to Tourmaline here to kick things off, so we're going to get this started. Get this underway. Let's get this party moving and grooving, I suppose. Perfecto. Alright, Tourmaline coming up, guys. Let's get into it. Let's count down and cast some games. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the red Protoss player. There's going to be Art, who comes in here against Cham. Best of 3. Single elim today, so no second chances. And the winner of this will get into a qualifying matchup. In the upper right, we do have the blue Zerg player. It is going to be Cham. Don't get to cast Cham a lot, but oftentimes does show up and kind of surprises a lot of people and kind of, like I said, I think impresses people a lot of the time. So it'll be fun to see what he's able to bring in here as we get this one ready to rumble, ready to go. Get able to another probe on the way. We'll see this probe heading across the map as well, so just journeying here initially, a little bit of movement coming in. Like I say, see where we can take things as the probe gets to the upper right hand side and looks to put some action into play. Again, a couple drones and the hatchery all coming through, and gateway and the assimilator coming about. Probe still in production. See the overlord moving over. That natural as well. CVP, early game. Usually we just follow this probe, I guess, and that's what we will do here as well, because no one is doing anything too quirky or anything. Obviously, the expansion even down on location for Cham, so even that part's not super exciting. It really is just the norm at the moment, is what this is going to come down to. So things looking pretty regular here right now. Patch gathering up, and yeah, the pool on the way as well. So couple little bits and pieces setting for the moment. Thank you, Alt SF6, for the raid. Hello, welcome everyone. Get ready for some StarCraft, because that's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to nibble at the drone. A little bit of damage coming out. I'm just going to be seeing the drones will go back in return for a few moments as well. So we go back and forth a little bit here. Again, a couple of queens coming by. Just getting that all underway for the next few moments. And see exactly what else we can do. Speed and a couple queens will be a part of this as well, so just getting all of those out. And yeah, Stargate the Nexus, these come into play for the next couple of moments. So the probe, I'm gonna go back home. I mean, at this point, this is where we usually see a unit taking its place, and there is a Stalker on the map, but without an Adept being out, you don't really have that kind of typical kind of pressure or presence on the map that you'd have as a Protoss, because the Stalker can't really protect itself in some scenarios. It doesn't have the mobility of the Shade. It doesn't have the effectiveness of the Adept either, to be fair, right? Like, straight up, just that alone is kind of a factor that kind of keeps this Stalker from doing too much. I mean, I like to poke around and see if there's any Overlords maybe up for grabs nearby. Feels like a pretty reasonable kind of starting approach or so. As that Void Ray is about halfway done, the Warp Gate's still building, Zergling speed from Cham coming through as well. And we just have the gateway coming down on the natural expand here too. So we got that gateway coming down, Void Ray about to pop out from Art, so Void Ray has become a more popular way of opening with this Stargate lately, and we're going to go see it. Obviously wants to go Overlord hunting at first. It's going to be one of the main things it will look to do here in the early stages. There's a couple of Lings continue to move around as well. All of them already coming over to this side. There's a couple of Adepts here that will just step forward and shade back, so keep themselves very safe. They should be able to put themselves in a very comfortable position there. Those Lings do indeed start running the other direction. Void Ray activates, and actually is going to go straight in after the Crypt Teamer there for a couple of seconds. It gets a little bit of damage done. Nothing too crazy overall. And again, the couple of Queens going to pull back and see what else it is they can make happen. Resonating Glaives still coming online. Just going to see the Void Ray coming back over as well. So again, it's repositioning with this for a couple of moments. And yeah, left and a few Overlords still coming through. The Void Ray here just going to settle down for another couple of mows. Figure out what else we can do. Kill that Overlord off. Resonating Glaives on the way in. We get Chrono Boost on that Glaives as well. Yeah, like this Void Ray getting, a few kills, getting a bit of damage done. The Lings are going to stay active on the map. Again, top 3 players qualify today, but if you lose here, you get knocked out already, because this is round of 8, so you don't get a chance at that 3rd place match unless you advance one more round already. So this is a little bit of a tough draw, honestly. I think Art's been playing, decently lately, but Cham definitely a favorite. Yeah, I could see, like, in a best of 3, I could definitely see Art upsetting Cham a little bit, maybe, like, taking a weird and wonky game, and then bam, you're only a game away, right? So I don't hate that possibility. And you see the Spire, the drones, the Overlord continue to build up right now as well, so a lot of that coming in. Let's see the Void Ray coming across over that far right-hand side. The Adepts are going to go shading. And they're going to go all the way to that upper right side, so they're going to keep moving along. Again, Blink, the Adept, and the Sentry. Robot Facility also coming online here. 9 Roaches and a couple of Spine Crawlers. We'll be building as we speak, and we just have those Adepts continue to shade their way up to the top and toward the natural, but not going to get there just yet, as the Adepts now going to go in after a couple of those drones. And now after a couple of Roaches as well, so yeah, we have full workers. Honestly, would kind of have wanted more overall, I think. I don't think this is quite what you're hoping for. As RT have full workers, you're hitting kind of a brick wall now, obviously looking to transition out of this behind this whole scenario as well, so looking to go from there, as those few Roaches and the Queens continue to gather up as well. Facing those Roaches, try to fight for a couple of moments. We'll step through for a second and just see more Roaches beginning to go down, but most importantly, the drone count is getting hit, so we are going to get some damage done. 15, 16 workers dropping as mineral lines are just going to end up in, I mean, there's one adept over here still left over, and in the end, Cham takes a bunch of damage, but has so much army supply. I'm scared of the counterattack. I think at the end of the day, he is maybe going to be the bigger issue. And 17 drones going down, the probe going to move back along. More missiles and rogue speed. What do we do? Do we build units or do we build more drones? Well, we've already replenished a lot of the drones, but do we cut at 64? I mean, we have no fourth hatchery, so I guess we do start to build units, but back at home, Art is teching up. The Colossus on the way. +2 attack going to be a part of that. A couple of gateways still coming out as well. We had a few stalkers in the mix there on top of everything else, so a lot of that already very much so coming into play just for the moment as the Void Ray continues to that top side as well. Just going to be moving straight over here and coming about to see what exactly comes next. Void Ray will activate onto the extractor for a couple of moments. Don't see too much coming out of that. And yeah, once more the Queens will just get in position pretty quickly to play a defense on that one, so not going to allow anything too crazy to be happening just yet. So our Roaches and the Ravages moving through, so it's going to be bringing those straight across, and you get ready, Cham. Like I say, definitely felt as though he was going to be aggressive in this game based on what we were kind of seeing up until now, so it looks as though it's going to be the plan. I mean, we got a lot of Roach Ravager right here, so we are coming, and we're coming swinging. We're going to see a couple force fields coming down. We're going to block a couple things in. We are going to be seeing a couple corrosive vials to block a couple of those out as well, so we will go back and forth immediately here and see just what it is that we can get done. I think with the force fields and that Colossus in the back especially, the Colossus is kind of scary. It's only the one tech unit though, so maybe we're mostly just fine here anyway. Maybe this is not as problematic as it at first seems. Just having the shots going through, a few more hits coming about, a little bit more being done initially. I just don't think it's, like I say, overall going to be enough from Cham, and Art is going to make a defense here. Now Cham starts availing this. Now he starts looking to the future as he realizes, uh-oh, like this hasn't worked out for me at all. Like I needed more than this, and the more than this is going to be the issue. Like we're not getting a lot in at all at this current point in time, so this is becoming, like I say, quite the problem. See the rest of the Roach Ravage still moving across to the upper right side. The Stalkers and the +2 attack upgrade will be on the way there. Melee and the +2 carapace upgrade, another part of this for the moment. I mean, melee and +2 carapace coming up, so we are going to at least see some more upgrades coming into play. But the supply of Art looking good. I mean, that was just a good solid defense. In the end, got enough done, forced enough for a response, and finally now setting up with everything else and looking pretty darn good about it. 22 Lings producing by. A couple of probes setting up in different directions. A hatchery coming up in the front is probably not going to be allowed. This army looks good right now. We don't really have that much of a better army to deal with this. Bane speed isn't done yet, so this is still just the Roach Ravager. As Cham is going to try and start moving forward. Both force fields will get corrosive vial down. Cham doing what he can to try and force this back. Adepts are showing up on the right side. A couple of Adepts will do great harassing forces. A lot of units to come and respond to this. I'm just going to right-click down a couple of different drones, and that's going to be 6-7 workers. So Cham's economy taking even more hits. Now an economic deficit for him in this game. As we see the rest of the Protoss still in the center. Roaches and Ravages are going to try and come through. We actually get a good surround. The Roaches make the distance pretty quickly. Can we get rid of these Colossus? The Ling's trying to wrap around as well. Obviously, we do have the ability to kind of just blink back as well when that came off cooldown. Cham taking a better fight here than expected. Like I say, just kind of breaking through and getting so many units in range all at once was the main factor of this. A couple of Colossus beams are going to be able to get rid of a few more of those Zerglings. A few more Lings dropping down. The rest of the Ling Roach Ravager still continuing up. Bane speed, +2 melee, +2 carapace and melee upgrade are very nearly done. So Cham is about to survive this attack and get to another stage of this game. Like, he's going to move through this. He is going to succeed in this situation, which I think is pretty incredible because it seemed pretty doomed in all honesty. Like, this was not a pretty position for him in the slightest. So coming out of this even slightly alive right now is pretty darn good. As extra Ling Bane continues up, +2 carapace coming about as well. We've seen a couple Stalkers on the way through, as well as everything else right now. So again, getting a lot of that ready to roll. The +3 attack upgrade on that Forge is going to start whirring away. A couple more Stalkers and that Sentry coming out as well. Gonna drop down the Temple Archives already, so put that in position straight away. And again, the rest of the Ling Bane still coming up. Spinecrawler, Temple Archives, couple Sentries, +3 attack. You name it, we got it pretty much on the production tab at the moment. As Odd obviously wants to tech up a little bit. Blinking forward aggressively here. These Stalkers going to be on blink cooldown for a second as the Zerg army starts to chase in. Red 4 Colossus. I mean, I really feel like the Colossus should be able to do very well against this. It was truly the Roach Ravager, or just the Roach number before that was the issue, because Colossus don't chew through the Roaches as quickly, but against the Lings and the Banes, they should do just fine. You can see here in a more defensive setup, Cham Art is fine, especially even with the flank on the left side. He was able to stand his ground and just sort of fight there, so this went a lot better for him than it was originally seeming it might. Ravages and Banes all morphing through. Cham comes around the left side. Start to aim some shots on this left-hand position. Just going to see this Nexus immediately in some trouble, as we can see. Damage being taken. Going to lose the 5th base. That's kind of fine. We do have a couple of units coming out otherwise, so continue to set up with that for a moment or so. Man, as these Banelings keep connecting through, the front line of Odd keeps taking an absolute beating. So an absolute beating continuing through, but overall I think we're going to come out of this just okay. Like, it looks as though we're going to survive through this stage. A little bit more Ling Roach on the way up. We do see the Colossus and the +3 attack upgrade going to be a part of this as well. So that's going to be a big deal. The rest of the Stalker, Colossus coming back over. As, yeah, Ling Bane Ravager continue to come through. I mean, Cham basically going again and again. Does his army get any better? Not really. He doesn't move towards Hive Tech, so he's just going with this lair-based army basically on repeat right now. Does not want to do anything else about it. Let's see, the Lings on the left side going to get rid of the Nexus again. I mean, if you can keep his opponent on 4 bases, this may eventually work, but if there is a moment where you get to 5 bases here, it's very hard to then dislike it for our Protoss player who have Banes rolling into this mineral line. Let's see how well Odd can keep up with the multi-prong. There's a lot going on in this game at this stage. You can see right there, that's now 25 workers going down. That is a little bit more expensive, and that is the sort of play that becomes a little bit more costly in the grand scheme of things and puts you into a little bit of a trickier position. Now Lings run down here, because guess what? They want to go and cancel this base, and so bam, Nexus gets cancelled, and on we go. And we're just going to see on the left side, we're going to try and cancel this base too. I think we might be able to protect this one, but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you can kind of see the issue at this current point in time. Things are not exactly continuing super well at the moment. A few Bane's going to crash in, a few probes will begin to drop. Extra Ling Bane still coming up. The Stalker Colossus Archon Force continue to chase after that Roach Ravager army and just pushing things right on over to that right-hand side for a couple of moments here. Doing the best we can for now. Will beam down a few more of these Banelings. The Lings are going to run through as well. So again, just doing everything possible for a couple moments. A couple more Crows of Baals coming in from the skies, and we will see the Stalker Sentry Colossus pushing straight through onto this hatchery. So we finally get rid of the forward base. This time it is going to be Odd in this aggressive play. 6 Colossus in the game. Kind of wild we never went Storm. I get it. It's like kind of Roach Ravager heavy, but Storm would have still helped you get against a lot of the Banes that rolled in. If you hit a Storm on some rolling in Banes, the Colossus laser beam that hits them next is going to do the rest of the work, right? So I don't feel like Odd is being kept so busy that teching towards Storm was impossible. Like, he's had money, and yeah, recently he lost a lot of workers, but he's been pretty good at preserving his economy up until that point, so I would say that that's maybe a little bit of a misstep that maybe could have just been better off money-wise, like I say, or sorry, tech-wise, like I say, and a little bit more of a different kind of form of AoE could have gone a long way. As the Bane Ravager Roach on the right side moves about, Hatcher on that right side as well will set up. We're going to be 5 base in it here. Plus we'll get after a couple more of those creep tumors. So again, a couple more creep tumors just going down. Stalker Sentry Colossus coming over. A couple of drones getting jumped on. The Banes going to roll in as well. Hatchery will fall. +2 missiles, +2 melee continue to come about. The Lings on the bottom side trying to get set up right here. Just going to be seeing a couple extra stalkers coming through. And the feelings on that right side going to set up as well. The drones come back over. Ling, Roach, Ravager, Bane. Everything just collecting in for the moment. Ling is going to come running straight through. We're just going to jump in after these Adepts and those probes. So again, put a bit more work in already, right off the get-go. See a few Lings backing up. This main fight over here is going to be the big deal, though, because I just don't still see what... Cham's done nothing. Like, he's improved his army, but he's not done anything to fight this army late game, is the reality of the situation right now. And that's the issue that we're currently facing, is that we just do not have an answer for this later game army. We do not have a way for this to suddenly turn around and be A-okay, fine, and dandy and everything else, you know? Like, none of that is really true right here. So yeah, that part of it becomes a whole lot tougher, because that's going to be GG's, and Art is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3. So, how about that for a little bit of action? As we are going to take this and roll through into some more games, guys. We are going to get going into the next one in a couple of moments, and figure out what that exactly is going to look like here in just a few moments' time. Cool. Yeah, let's see what this next game looks like. We'll see what map we're going to get. I'll run some ads just because that was already a bit of a longer game, so just in case they play long again. Just make sure we're safe from ads during the game, and we'll get this ready to resume. Thank you for joining us, guys. Good to see you all. Appreciate you all being here and hanging out for some StarCraft. It's great to see you all, like I say. It's nice to have you guys with us as we get ready to resume. Just waiting for, like I say, the second game to get hosted up, and we'll be off and away. Winter Madness, our second map. This map's been kind of a fun one. It's definitely turned into, I think, a lot of people's kind of... a lot of people have enjoyed playing this map, I think, and a lot of people enjoy watching this map, I think. This is a map that I thought was cool in TLC, but didn't have, to me, necessarily kind of like a lot of standout games, per se, but like, happy it made the ladder, you know? Which is kind of the case for a lot of the TLMC maps in this day and age. Like, TLMC maps are just so good so often now. It's hard to say anything but that, you know, most of them should probably make it to the ladder, to be honest, so... Anyways, let's get into this. As we have got in the top left-hand side, the Red Protoss, who does take the 1-0 lead, would have maybe been more excited about it, apart from the fact it just seems so inevitable for so long during that last game. It is going to be our Red Protoss in the top left side. This is Art. And in the bottom right, our blue Zergy is going to be Cham. What was the tournament Max Pack Solo Finals? It was last week. That was OSC 2. Yes, that was the OSC mid-season playoffs. So that was the mid-season playoffs. That builds into the OSC Championship, which is this. This is basically the open qualifiers for the OSC Championship. If you look at the OSC Championship Wikipedia page, what you will see is that players like Max Pack and Solar are already seeded deep into the winners bracket because of their performance in the mid-season playoffs and other events through the year. This is basically like last chance qualifiers, and players from these qualifiers will start in the lower bracket of the Ladder Legends Championship bracket. So, yeah. Very fun, though. Very fun. I love doing this event every year. It's so cool. Obviously, it was I didn't realize this. The championship bracket for the OSC was a lot of the inspiration I took for the WardiTV 2025 championship bracket. Did it differently, but obviously was inspired by the idea of like a big championship bracket and so on. Yeah, I love doing this tournament every year. It's a lot of fun. A few qualifiers, like a nice little build-up, a little bit of a preview of some of the players we're going to see in the lower bracket. And then you get into the juicy upper bracket, and it's one of those tournaments that does get better and better as the tournament goes on, as the deeper seeded players come into play and everything. It's awesome. So, yeah, love Love myself a little bit of OSC, to be honest. And this year, looking like a lot of fun as well, to be honest. Already, like I said, been some fun in these qualifiers, and it only gets better as the tournament goes on. We move into the main event and stuff. Why did I not drink beer with you, Wardy baby? I got no idea that I was meant to drink beer with you guys. Sorry. I don't really drink beer, so maybe that's why. Or maybe you guys forgot to invite me? I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know what's going on in YouTube chat, but everyone seems to be kind of, like, you guys miss me or something? Hi. Fear not, I'll be here a lot of January, just as we here the majority of most months. Fear not on that front, for sure. Oracle building on through, just going to be seeing the Adept is going to shade on by into the natural, try and get in over here and commit in for a couple of moments. The Oracle and the Wolfgate coming by, stalking the probes, building, Queens and drones on the way. Link speed is going to finish very shortly as well. Queens will drop a little creep tumor down right there, so just going to put that in place. Again, the Oracle and the Wolfgate still coming up, a couple probes in the gateway coming around. Queens, drones, the Overlord. All building for the moment. The Oracle will make a move. We get down to that bottom right-hand side. The Overlord and the Queen continue to build. Just have this Oracle ready to move in the next couple of moments, and let's follow it for some action. See what exactly we can do right away here. For some reason I'm following the hatchery. Always good. Let's try and actually follow the Oracle, guys, as it ran away. I know, I'm catching the most unexciting part of the Oracle. I have a talent. And that talent is not placed in observing. I love it. Alright, so we have ourselves a Twilight Council, a couple of gateways coming through as well, so we get a lot of that on the go. Just for the moment still, the Oracles will continue to move around here momentarily. We figure out what things are going to happen as the Roach Roaring and the Evo Chamber and so continue to come up into play. Just going to see those few Adepts coming back along, trying to see what more they can do. I'm going to see a few Zerglings there. I get a couple of catches for the moment, so again, just trying to see a little bit of what's happening, what's going on in these early stages. A couple of drones go down, and we will have the Link on the way up, the Lings, the drones in the lair. Coming through as well, there's a couple of Oracles still heading to the bottom. Gonna activate 5 drones going down. We actually lose one of the Oracles quickly because it was already low, so target firing helps get rid of that. Now the Ling's gonna hit this other side as well, so they're also gonna come through looking for some hopefully successful damage is their goal. And +1 missiles in that lair continuing up. 9 drones, missile upgrade, little bits of everything coming through for the moment. Just going to see the Zergling's going to make a way out to the bottom right-hand side to see what else is going on. So those Lings staying busy, the Stalkers and the Oracle going to be right there and getting involved as well. +1 missiles and the Blink and everything else just continues for the moment. So bring a lot of that online. Again, just going to see this hatchery coming into position right here. Again, the Blink, +1, Flare, Roaches, little bits of everything all coming through. Gateway and those 3 pylons coming up as well. Just going to see the Lings and the Queens are going to be there to help again fend off those few Stalkers for the foreseeable future. As we do see Odd already here though. I mean, Ling's just going to have to step forward once again. This will be a bit of back and forth for the next few moments. This should be fine for Cham. Like, he should be able to defend against this without too much of an issue, I would say. And you do see those Lings and Roaches and Queens in general gathering up pretty nicely for themselves. So they're doing a decent job right there of keeping things from getting too far along. Cham eats a stasis ward on a few of those Lings, has to transfuse some Roaches up. The pressure continuing, 6 Stalkers warping in at once. This forward pylon coming into play. There's obviously no Forge attached to this. It's just going to be a lot of gateways and a lot of unit production. I honestly like Cham's start because I feel like he's put a lot of damage on a lot of these Stalkers. The problem is that doesn't necessarily net you anything. You still need to get some of these kills. We actually blink forward here with mostly the healthy Stalkers, to be fair, so maybe that actually kind of works out. Extra Roaches showing up. We are going to start to kill some of these Stalkers, as some of them are really just so low, but Cham's supply is just not holding on as well as he'd wanted to. And right now, again, blinked upon once more. Cham's preparations seem to be not good enough. As the Storks continue to fight, the Roaches continue to drop, and I think this game is heading down the gutter in the next few moments here for Cham. He is not going to die, and to be fair, if he holds at all, it's good for him because he's upgraded, right? He's going to be on the lair attack. His opponent is only a Twilight counter-attack. He's going to add a Forge Now art, so he's going to start looking towards the next little bit of teching up. So that's the first little bit of really kind of teching up we're going to see from him as this Ling Roach army continues to chase forward and just push straight through. Getting rid of a few more Stalkers, that's it. That's a good defense. That's a lot more Stalkers cleaned out, and just as I really thought Cham was going to be in some trouble, he finds a much better fight, and he is actually going to be able to chase these Stalkers away 2 times in a row back-to-back is the important part. Gets a lot of the kills, so the numbers are kind of taken away from you as well, and that is going to be absolutely massive in the grand scheme of things here. As we are going to see those Roaches coming through to play a little bit more cleanup as well. More of this Ling Roach will continue to step over. We see a couple Stalkers coming by. We move across with all of this. The Oracle is going to be right there as well. Again, the Lings, the Overlords, just moving for the next few moments. As we do see Roach is going to try and get through. Over on the right-hand side, going to try and go after a couple of these Stalkers. I mean, get rid of the Pylon as well. Depowers a couple of gateways, and the distraction is now allowing Cham to attack into this location here. So, going to come straight through, hitting this base, and I mean, a couple Stalkers trying to show to play defense. We're still dealing with the Roaches in the natural, which is just taking so long. At this point, we've lost 13 probes as well, and I think Cham is going to do it. Looks as though we're going to have ourselves a game 2 going the way of Cham, and that would mean we're 1-1 in this series, readying up for game 3. Ling Roach Queen still on the way out, +1 attack on that Forge still coming through. The Stalkers will continue to batter their way into these Roaches as we chase down to this bottom side. And yeah, Roaches keep on dropping. 17 probes have fallen thus far. And like I said, I just don't really see a way in which this goes in Art's favor anymore. I mean, maybe he could find some efficiency. It is just Ling Roach from Cham, but man, credit to him because this did feel pretty dire for him. I really was on the verge of kind of believing that we were kind of done, and I think Art just overcommitted in with there was points where some of the forward blinks were good, but there was points where he probably just went a little bit overboard with some of those blinks and did a little bit too much of himself in a little bit of a exposed position, and then you just take advantage one time as Cham, and that's all you need to completely swing things back into your favor, right? So Roach just keeps swinging. The Ling's going to run over. Stalker going to hold the front door for a couple moments there. The probes are going to continue to drop, and this is in general looking to be very, very solid from Cham, and that is going to be the GG for Cham to take game number 2 of this best of 3. And we are going to a full 3-game series. On the other side of the bracket, Lemon has advanced. He will play Let Alex or Mini Zerg, so we'll wait for an update on that, and that will be our other semi-final. The winner of this will be playing Mindelvk in the semi-final. The semi-finals being the qualifying matches, I should say. They are semi-finals on the bracket, but obviously they do qualify you today. And obviously there is a 3rd place match as well. So the losers of the round of 4 will also end up in that 3rd place matchup. Just to let you guys know that. Cast a Curse. Yeah, I really did I just felt like we were already losing enough, right? But yeah, not enough overall. As we're ready up for the next one. Cast a Curse, Cast a Belief. It did just feel like the stage of the game where things were meant to be kind of going wrong for you, I think, is what it kind of comes down to, though, no? So, yeah, anyways, we'll get back to it. $10,000 feet going to be our deciding map, so we'll get this on the way and ready to party. 10,000 feet. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright, well, unload and string, guys. We will be in game momentarily. Let's see what is going on as we have a game 3. Cham versus Art. To see who gets to play into the qualifying matches today. Obviously, win this and you have 2 chances. You know, you got to win one of your 2 best of 5s, and you will qualify into the lower bracket. So let's get this going. In the bottom right-hand side, this is going to be our red Protoss player. This is Art. And he takes on the blue Zerg in the top left corner of the map. We have Cham. Alrighty guys, so we do have once again a probe coming across the map, but not soon enough to actually block that hatchery or anything, so that will not succeed for the next couple of moments at least. There's no success there. Probe just kind of wanders through. Yeah, hatch gas and pool. Continuing up for the moment, just going to be seeing that probe. Moving back around, a couple of drones on the way. Getting settled. And yeah, spawning pool, hatchery. Going online for next few moments. Proby obviously will just try and again be as annoying as it possibly can be for the foreseeable future. Just trying to find some damage where it can. And I just see what it can do, like I say, to the best of its ability here. Just be an annoyance in the early stages. Drone and probe will scuffle with each other. I see the probe going to patrol back out at the front for a couple of seconds then, so we move through with that. A little bit more pressure and just see if there's anything going on. That link speed coming up, the Stargate's still building. We continue to move along here for a moment, just the probe going to patrol back on this side. Another couple of moments to get this all settled into play. Link going through. Probe is going to continue across for a couple of seconds. I'm just trying to see what else is happening here. Probe hanging back out on the bottom side. Again, Oracle and the Warp Gate just coming through for a couple of moments. Link speed building up. We get a lot of this on the way for now as well. Six drones building. First unit's kind of staying back at home as well, so really not getting too involved or anything just yet. Holding back, hanging out. Waiting to see, like I say, what exactly comes next in the near future. A couple of greens, the drones all coming around. And we're seeing a couple of adepts going to fire away already, so a little bit of damage being done there. A couple of adepts get some shots off, just going to fire up, fire straight through. Again, the Nexus, the Oracle, the Warp Gate coming by as well. A few adepts gather in also. You can see the couple of queens still coming by, the Lings coming up. Drones on the way also. Twilight Council from Art is not too surprising either. Just goes double Oracle into that. If you lose some of the drones, actually these adepts do more than I thought. Yeah, 5 workers here. It's not bad at all. I mean, 5 workers is really good for early damage. This is 430, so it's not the earliest, but still pretty early damage to be done on the other side. You gotta generally like that if you want to see Art off to a good start in this game. Blings run through. They're going to look to try and get a little bit of a wrap around as well, so a few of those units continue to gather up just for a moment or so here. And again, trying to see what else is going on. Nexus drops down into place, as well as everything else. So Nexus is going to finish. Charge still very much so coming through. Evo Chamber, Flare, drones, etc. coming by as well. 10 drones on the way. Cham just getting that economy rolling. Overtaking the Protoss player at about the 50 worker mark again. Those adepts do put some significant denting into the economy of the Zerg early. We lose an Oracle unnecessarily. Queens combining to take that down and take that out. As charge and +1 continue to come through as well. The extra gate still, as you can see, just coming up. And this time, obviously, we have the Forge, so we are getting upgrades going to kind of support these gateway units, but it's still going to be a lot of Zealot Archon, Zealot Stalker at first. Oh, no Stalker, sorry, just pure Zealots. Pure Zealots at first, so, no. Right back to what I originally said, Zealot Archon. And then you imagine there's going to be kind of Zealot Archon, and obviously the Robo Facility gets some Immortals out as well. Getting all my units mixed up in my head today. But yeah, get into some Zealot Archon Immortal, and just go from there. It is roaches, or it is missiles, I should say, so it is going to be kind of a more aggressive and kind of tanky army. So if this was against melee, I think Art would be a lot happier. That's going to be roach style, so I mean the composition's still fine, but it just does so well against a lot of the melee styles. It's going to just not be as much of an advantage off the bat against a roach style here. Again, Temple Archive still building through, Cannon and Prism coming up, the Oracle still getting chased away for the moment. And +1 missiles, Roach be coming through, Temple Archives, Cannon, and Rest coming into play right now. And +1 attack coming up as well. Still seeing that Roach speed coming in just for the moment. Swell coming up, +1 missiles, Roach speed coming by. A lot of that coming in for the moment here, so and we got a lot of this set. So it's going to be on the map with this Prism. Felt like they had a chance to maybe start moving to the other side right there, but that was decided not to just yet. My Templars are going to gather together. And yeah, Storm still building through, +1 attack as well. And there's a +1 missiles and that Roach speed building alongside everything else. So we bring a lot of that through. As Roaches continue over the Oracles. Gathering also. As I'm into the main base, Queens will put some damage onto it, but a few Zealots at least get out. We're going to lose the Prism. Flies into the spawn in the end. This Zealot's got a Queen, and as other Queens show up, they will try and save the Roach. A Queen and a Roach. Not bad for what it was, but obviously just losing the Prism in general is not exactly great. The Roach is trying to pressure over here. We don't have a lot of buffer right now. We need to keep these High Templars safe. No Storm just yet. You can't let these High Templars fall. You need them, and you don't really want to morph them into Archons because you actually need them to be able to cast Storms sooner rather than later. The Immortal will help a lot, but we just really need some of the Zealots to get in front of this. If we can get any Zealots up, that would be amazing. We start to drop some Storms now. Is that going to be good enough? We're going to Storm as these Roaches continue to chase through this position. We have a lot of High Templar. Now we should morph Archons right away. We lose 3 out of 5. And yeah, these Roaches are hurting, but there's just no follow-up. The last Storm there at the end tickled a few more Roaches down a little further, but it's still just not good enough overall. And this is going to be a lot of Roaches here from Cham, looking to move on through to the qualifying matchup as he is putting on the pressure, the pain, and the hurt. Gets an Immortal right there as well, and that is going to be another nice grab on top of everything else, looking to close out this game number 3. Nexus here will go down, so that's going to fall. The Roaches jump over, the Pylons and so going down as well. Another nice Storm coming into play once again. So yeah, just seeing so much value coming off this. The Roaches are going to go jump on top of the Immortal here. GG says Art. Tapping out of this one. Cham is going to take a game number 3 of the series. So it is going to be a 2-1 victory. Cham moves through into the qualifying matchup. And we'll get that ready to resume in just a couple of moments, my friends. So, what are we going to go to next? Alright, Mini Zerg versus Lemon is going to be up first. So Mini Zerg advancing through over Led Alex 2-1. We'll play Lemon. And we'll jump into that in just a couple of moments here, guys. Get this ready to go for you all. So, kick this off, get this ready, and start in the next couple of moments. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Perfect. Well, we know what's coming up. It's going to be Mini Zerg Lemon. So a couple of PvZs back-to-back here, actually, in the qualifying matches. So that's actually kind of cool. Not PvP heavy today. And we're going to have 3 best-of-5s, guys. So Lemon versus Mini Zerg, and then Cham versus Mindelvk, and then the loser of both of those matches will play for another qualifying matchup. So yeah, we've got 3 best-of-5s to go. And then, in about 4 I think it's about, yeah, 4 hours and 45 minutes from now, we do have another qualifier happening. So like I say, it's a double stream a day. So instead of doing like 7 hours, straight, we're going to do probably 3.5 hours and 3.5 hours or somewhere there or thereabouts, I would guess. Somewhere around that vicinity of the stream length. Cool. Cool. Alright, guys. We'll, get into this in a moment as 10,000 feet comes up. That's ready to go. And we'll be kicking this off. Beautiful. Alright, Mindelvk just needs a minute, and we'll get ready to get into this best of 5. You whoop me. I whoop anyone that uses the Rift Blush emote. That's some good old StarCraft lore right there. Oh. I jumped in the wrong lobby. Yeah, it's gonna be Lemon versus Mini Zerg up first, so we can get this going in a couple of moments. I jumped in the wrong lobby. I just saw a lobby link and I clicked it, and brain off because I was reading chat, so. As you guys know, sometimes reading Twitch chat turns your brain off. Happens. Happens. Alright, we just need Lemon and Mini Zerg to veto up. Just woke up, chilling. Nice. You love waking up. It's always good, yeah. Always a bonus. Always a bonus. Oh yes, unfortunately the 2 players that are going to play first were not ready. So, I was in a lobby, but like I say, they're not the first designated players, so we just need the other guys to actually get set to go. And once they are, we'll be kicking off. Waking up is mint, but getting out of bed not always convinced on that one. I was so cozy this morning. You know what it is? I was so cozy, then I looked outside, I was like, oh my god, it's blizzarding. And then Ellie was like, Ellie wanted to get up, I was like, oh Ellie, you're gonna have such a good time when you see what's outside. I was like, you're just about to have such a great day and you have no idea that that's the case just yet. And then she saw the snow and she was like, oh my god, it's that time of year. And proceeded to live our life for the rest of the day. Alright. We are a couple of moments, guys. Just waiting for this to go. Already GLHF gonna get called, so get that started off. In just a couple moments, like I said, I'll be into play, guys. So very nearly ready to go. Kick this off in just a couple, as you can hear the countdown going for some PvZ. So yeah, back-to-back PvZ qualifying matches, which is fun. So again, some PvZ qualifying. I like that a lot. Alright, let's jump in game. We're going to have ourselves in the bottom left-hand side the red Protoss. This is going to be Lemon. He's been good lately. I think he should be a favorite here. I don't really know much at all about Mini Zerg, if I'm going to be honest. I don't really know much about them at all. 5.2. I think they're about 5. They're like I literally looked them up on Europe a little bit earlier on when they were playing Demi. I think they're like 5.3ish on EU or so they're good. But I do think Lemon should be a step ahead on this one and should be our favorite in this series. So we'll see if that's something which gets delivered upon or not. See if that concept reigns true. Let's just see a little chrono boost on the probies there. Some work being done and we're ready to rumble. Chrono boosting away, hatching a couple of drones coming up. Has he got rotating underpants as a symbol? That is the symbol of the Chicago T team, if I'm not mistaken. WardiTV Team League knowledge coming to play. They last participated in WardiTV Team League probably like 5 years ago, 6-7 years ago or something. But yes, our cargo team. It's a CIS, like a Russian-Ukrainian kind of just team. A lot of like GM sort of players. How about I just Liquid Patriot? I have not looked this up in so long. I genuinely wonder if there's still. There you go, Chicago T team. Current main roster, Mini Zerg and others. Yeah, no. Just trying to think if there's anyone notable on Chicago T team. I don't think there ever has been like a notable player. Yeah, they've been around. Oh, here we go. Notable former players. Here we go. Art, who we just saw losing to Cham in that previous series, was on. Maybe arguably Honmono, Nitix. That's the name you might recognize. A couple, like I say, it's a very, it's kind of just, I think, or from what I'm aware of, it's just a community team. And yeah, that's what it stands for. So there you go. There's some StarCraft 2 history and lore for you guys. So, yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what the logo is for. This is why they hire me, guys. I know everything. I know everything, okay? Queen is going to be here pushing their adept. Obviously, there is a proxied hatch. This is so interesting because this is not an early proxied hatch. This is a delayed proxy hatch. Like, his proxy hatch is his third hatchery. He has a hatchery finished at home. So this is absolutely fascinating in terms of what the hell are we going to do right now? Because I've got absolutely no idea how this works. What is the goal? I mean, we're just going to, what, Ling Flood and then have... what, the support of like some spines to like help push at the front, or like spores against the oracles? I'm super intrigued. I really am. These lings will help with the drones to get rid of the adept, but only after 3 workers go down already. It's a lot of lings. Queen walking across the map. Oracle is going to pop. I guess ideally here, so adept nearly left the wall off. Ideally, you want this oracle to activate ASAP, because if you force this oracle to activate, that is then going to put its energy on cooldown, right? So that would be kind of a big W for you kind of right off the bat on this. Queen is going to fight that Oracle on its own. The Oracle's like, wait a second, I'm not sure about that. I kind of feel like I need to put some damage on these Zerglings. I don't think the Oracle really knows what to do for the best right now, to be honest. And I don't really blame it. Like, it's a weird situation. Lings slip up into the main base. So they're going to come through over here. Now just reinforcements and another Queen building from this hatchery. We're going to kill a lot of probes. Batteries are running out of energy extremely quickly. There is a wall-off, but obviously the Lings have already kind of gotten through the wall-off, so that makes the entire situation a little bit weird and wacky as well. What the hell is going on? I just have no idea what the outcome of this is going to be. Those few Lings is going to jump onto this pylon as well right here. So just going to put some more damage in. So the pylon takes a few more shots. A little bit more damage being done on that. Oh, this is genuinely a bit crazy. Lings and Queens still coming through as well. So we continue to get going with that. Let's just see the few Lings going to get zapped and chased by the Oracle for a few more moments. So again, a little bit more damage being done here and there. Get a little bit more done for now. So, a little extra coming through. Ling's going to continue to gather about. Just going to be seeing the Lings, the Queen, the couple of probes, and the pylons all coming up there. The Zerglings will get a wrap around on these few adepts, and there's natural. I mean, now this Queen is in the wall off. It's going to put some more damage on an Oracle. This Oracle's going to die. Anytime you lose an Oracle, it's such a feels bad because it's such a main part of your unit, of your composition and your defense. So, that really is quite a painful little situation for sure. We do not love to see that. Damn. Queen, Ling still gathering together, so they are also going to be trying to find as much as possible right now and see if there's anything extra they may be able to find. A couple of Queens still firing. We do see the Stalker going to fight back a little bit as well. Man, this really has just been a really silly situation, no? My absolute goodness. That is, this has been wild. I mean, this game is still going on. Where do we go next? I mean, batteries are still drained. A couple of Lings are still fighting. We're trying to get some more Lings out. I want to say that I think Lemon kind of stabilized here, but I'm not completely sure if that's true overall. That Oracle is just about going to go down, so that Oracle does die, which is going to be a little bit brutal as well. Oh my goodness, what an absolutely crazy situation overall. This really was just absolutely wild. What an actually crazy scenario. Like, holy goodness. 12 workers going down. Like, we're not done. These Queens are still very much so here. I'm like, I don't really know what to make of the game state still. I mean, we've got more Lings still spawning. We got to start killing some of these gateway units right now. If we don't kill some of these gateway units right now, I do think we get in a position where this may recover. But yeah, it's going to be good enough for Mindelvk. I think in my head, I kind of thought this was kind of over because the Queens were just still here and Lemon was just kind of running out of stuff. And what an absolutely wacky situation. GG's. And that is going to do it for... that's going to do it for game number 1. My god. What have we just seen? Some ridiculous StarCraft 2, to say the least. That is genuinely wild. Holy goodness. Mindelvk bringing the pressure and bringing the builds to start this series off, and that really was one of the crazier ones we've seen in a hot second. He would have won easily if the Adept had done his job. Yes! If that Adept didn't let the units in, there was 100% that one Adept letting those Lings in and being on either side, game falls apart right there. I wonder if it's just worth full walling. Because you see what the commitment is. Like, is it just worth full walling? I know your units are a bit far away, but like you've got Oracles on the way and everything. Like, full walling buys you time. You don't have to rely on that Adept only in the wall off. I think that would have maybe been worth it, to be honest. I think that maybe would have been worth it. Damn, what a crazy situation. What a crazy situation. Waiting for Lemon and Mindelvk to host us into a game 2 of this matchup, guys, and we'll be right back at it after, like I say, a pretty hectic opening game of this best of 3 series. Full wall, send one Oracle across the map? Maybe? Because he did bring Queens, so yes. He did bring Queens across the map, so I wonder if there would have been a lot. But he must have had a Queen at home at least. But yeah, you probably could have still could have got some drones. I think just, honestly, I don't even think it's in the Oracle across the map. Just full wall, just because you know how committed it is, right? And you have no immediate need to get out onto the map. All you need to do is sit there and be safe and alive. That's all you got to do, you know? How do Protoss get their probes out when they full wall off? You don't, but the point is you don't need to be out on the map, right? You just kill the wall off when you're ready to break out finally, but in this case this wasn't a case of like needing to be out on the map at all. He just needed to survive. But unfortunately, he did not do a lot of surviving initially. Bottom left, going to be our red Protoss player. Down a game, it's going to be Lemon. Oh, I love this, because to me, he's a big favorite. So, him losing the first game makes this qualifying matchup even more exciting, as Minnie's getting it done in the opening game. Credit to him on a fun build, something different. Yeah, big fan. That was great. I do think it required Lemon to make a mistake, but that's what you play for sometimes. You don't just play... you can play for your opponent to make a mistake, right? Like, you don't have to just play, as like, oh, I outplayed him or this or that. No, you can just play for your opponent to make mistakes in this game. Like, that does work. Funnily enough. Funnily enough, it does. Hatchgate assimilator, all coming up. Just going to see a couple more drones coming out for the moment, so we get that ready to go. Extractor going to come down over here. We'll just see ourselves again, the gate and the assimilator, all coming through for a couple of moments. Spawning pool dropping down over here as well. Just going to put that straight in place. Probe's extra mad this game? Yeah, I bet so. I bet so. I really can't get over just how ridiculous that was. Honestly, that was such a crazy scenario to play out. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it when games go a bit differently. Especially when we have an underdog, and the underdog kind of does underdog things, but then in kind of a new and unique way. Like, this is not really a build I'd seen a lot of before, to be fair, right? So, yeah, very cool. Rope heads to the bottom. Set up for the moment. Yeah, link speed, Stargate coming through. The Nexus on the way up as well. It's just going to bring a lot more of that into play at the moment. The Adept and that link speed all coming up. And getting into position. The Stargate will build. We do see some lings already on the way out. 6 Zerglings in production. We'll see if they want to try and step on the map and do anything a little cheeky or anything in the near future. It's definitely a possibility, right? So, let's see what the plan kind of is there. The ling speed's still coming up. The Overlord continuing by. Again, a couple probes, the Adept and the Warp Gate building. We'll just see the Adept going to fight, and a single Zerglin already going down. This Ling guy going to sneak up into the main base. As you do see the couple of Adepts together. We'll step over. A couple lings getting jumped on. Just going to work through those. So obviously pretty good start for these Adepts. Bunch of lings going down. Now these Adepts will look for some drones and build one Spore Crawler. Some more lings showing up. But yeah, not exactly an ideal starting point in the grand scheme of things here. A little bit messy to begin with. I mean, maybe these lings do now kill the Adepts. The Adepts kind of get very aggressive and still commit in. And we're going to be able to chase the Shade if we need to as well. Or we should have had a few lings onto the Shade, but it's going to get into the main base. Might actually get another drone or so. Yeah, going to kill one more. I mean, that's just a mistake. That should never be allowed to happen in this scenario. Plain and simple. That shouldn't be taken. That just shouldn't be happening. Simple as that. Plain, full stop. Nothing else to add. We'll Stargate Chrono Boost. Going to pop this Oracle out. So going to bring that out. Again, the Twilight Council and the gates continue in. The Nexus still building up as well. So again, we get a lot more of that coming through as we speak. So again, a lot of that coming into play right now. Get that going. Yeah, the drones and the Queen continue to come up. Just going to be seeing the feelings going to wrap around on that Nexus there as well. So again, we'll just try and find a little extra for now. The Oracle going to be there to continue to push things away as well. So again, just trying to push back, pull away, wherever possible. Maybe Glaives in the way from Lemon. You know what? If you do feel like you do well early and you feel like you can just kind of get a good follow-up going quickly, then Glaives is maybe not a bad choice. And that Oracle kind of plays with danger as you saw that Spore got a shot on it and really looked like it had a chance to maybe make something happen there. 4 more Overlords in production. The Lair coming through. That Lair Spore coming up. The Overlords coming by. Creep Tumors all coming over. A few Zerglings will gather up as well. Moving up towards the top. A couple of Adepts will continue. And again, Probes, Glaives coming in for the moment. A couple of Overlords and the drones in the Lair. Building on by. Just see the Stalker. Gonna ping away at the Overlord for a couple moments. That Overlord taking damage is gonna go down. Nice little run by, but Adepts are going to be here. Now you do see how many Adepts there are, so maybe now you know what's up, but man, this is not looking great. Bane Nest on the way, but nothing else to support your case just yet. I mean, this is scary. And the reality is you got 5 Lings on the map. You were... Yeah, I mean, you're just in trouble. Oh my god, you're in more than just trouble. This is terrible for you. 22 Lings in production now. I mean, that helps. They're not going to be joined up straight away. Baneling Nest definitely not going to be ready for this either. Yeah, the problem for the Lings is that they're going to be running in from everywhere, but if they can maybe, these Steps maybe don't get in a good position immediately. Oh, they actually got on top of the Queens, which I guess is pretty darn good, because now the Queens begin to go down pretty quickly. Staysword on the ramp catches a few units as well. And, yeah, these Lings... I mean, I think the worst part of this now is that you actually do lose those Queens, so you actually take a bunch of damage from that overall. Lings and the Queen continue to gather, and we'll just see the rest of this still joining up together right here. I mean, just straight up killing the Swarming Pool when your opponent is going to be Ling focused is going to be kind of a doom and gloom scenario for anyone in the world of ZVPVZ. Baneling is actually ready to blow up on the Adepts! Oh, the worst Adept shade of all time! The worst Adept shade of all time! He actually shades them onto every single Baneling. Oh no. Well, Mini Zerg will not die because Lemon just shades onto, like I say, shades onto a position he absolutely should have never been shading onto at the end of the day, so that keeps you safe for the moment in this game, like I say, it continues because of it. Chronicles back down to the bottom left, gonna come moving back across over here as well, so they'll come straight back over. Hydroden coming up, just going to be seeing the rest of this coming through, the Swarming Pool, the melee upgrade coming by as well. So again, we get the rest of that coming up. +1 and Blink still on the way over for the moment. Melee, drones, and all the rest building as we speak. Just going to have ourselves the next on the left-hand side coming up as well. +1 and Blink all coming by here, so just get that up and rolling. Still Chrono Boost on that Twilight, going to be fading in a couple of moments. That Chrono Boost will go down. 13 drones ended up dying in this game. A lot more Ling Hydra coming up. I mean, Mini Zerg is alive, but obviously by the skin of his teeth, quite frankly, and I don't think anyone's really disagreeing with that. He's obviously really kind of fortunate to have not been picked off already here, basically, so definitely not great, definitely not ideal. Thus far. Archon in the charge continues into play as well, so we just continue to come in with that for now. I mean, imagine Lemon kind of with a larger push here should just be fine to kind of close this game out still. But yeah, Mini Zerg at least get a chance to play on for a little while, if nothing else. I can't believe he shaded all the Adept onto the Banelings. There's so many Adepts as well, and they all died. It was great. Thanks, Jason. Those Zealots going down. It's a good bit of damage being done. Nice Banelings. Just these Hydras are on their own. Honestly, it's better than I thought. Wow, that Stasis Ward is actually so clutch. That Stasis saves all those new Zealots from kind of going down here and kind of gives you a little bit of backup time. Lemon actually being chased away, man. He's not having as easy of a time here as I thought he was going to. A couple of Zealots going to swing their way through that Queen, so that Queen will drop. The Lings running about and over as well. Again, Storm building, +2 in the chart. Cannon coming up. Robo Facility coming over. Again, that missile's coming through as well. The Fusel's on the top. Trying to also get in position here. A couple of Banelings already connecting in. Hydра's just going to be there as well. The other Banes coming back across. And again, Storm and +2 will continue to build up for the moment. Robo Facility, cannons, and the batteries all coming online. The few Zealots there chasing after a few Zerglings as well. It's just looking to keep everything pushed back in that regard. Just have... yeah, Hydraling Bane all producing through. +1 missiles coming up as well for the moment. So we'll get in after and pick away at a couple of those drones. So a couple of workers going down. Yeah, cell run by is nice. We have Hydras on the other side of the map trying to attack. A few Lings running by. The Lings won't do much. The Hydras honestly shouldn't do much here either. The biggest issue right now is that the Archons just can't fit through the gaps. And yeah, the counter-attackings of Lemon are going to be enough to get Mini Zerg to say GG. And to go to a game 3 because, yeah, that was obviously starting to go not so hot for our Zergy, as you could see. Alright, guys. Next map in a moment or two. And ready to go, go, go. Old Republic, our third map here. Alright, go GLHF. Going to be called to start us off on this one. Countdown into Old Republic, guys. Top right hand side, bringing it back to level. It is going to be our red Protoss player Lemon in this qualifying best of 5 against Mini Zerg in the bottom left corner of the map. Overlord coming up. Probe gonna patrol. Mini Zerg is gonna go out to that third base location just to get set there, so get that in position, get that running. Nothing too crazy on that regard just yet. Hatching a couple drones continue by, so again, get that going for now. Bring that all into play. Drone will be there. Probe takes a bit more damage again. Hatchcast and Pull coming around. The probe tries to get around to the main. And just sit here and have some fun for a couple of seconds, basically. I'm just going to be seeing the little bits and pieces all coming around. And next in that cyber core coming up, the assembly is still coming through. Again, we get that on the way just for the moment. Bring that all online. Wait to see where exactly we're going with this one. Probe gets back to the top. We do have our Overlord nearby. The Stargate still building through. And drop that into the front right there. Next is about to finish on the natural, so Stargate tells us that Lemon is kind of staying to the world of being kind of a standard Protoss for the moment at least. Obviously a lot you can do off a Stargate. You're, pretty free in terms of your options there, so see what we try for. Hatch coming up on that third base. Step coming over, and just going to be seeing the drone nearby. Gonna step away for a couple seconds as well. Stargate still building through. The Adept and the Warp Gate all coming up. The Link Speed continue to come in as well. So again, we keep that going. Evo Chamber Hatchery, couple Links coming up. Queen on the way. And yeah, this Adept is going to come down to the bottom side. Chased after a couple Lings for a few moments. Again, that Link Speed building up. The Evo Chamber coming through. Hatchery still building. A couple Queens trying to keep the Adepts at bay for the next few moments, so making sure those Adepts don't get too close right now. As the Lings are going to run over. I'm just going to be able to, jump on toward those Adepts for a few moments. So, again, a little bit of work done for the moment. Jin can end up getting 3 workers here. Gonna make it 4 at the very end, and Mindelvk is just gonna say GG. Because apparently he doesn't like that. It's gonna go ahead and say that's less than ideal. But yeah, just feels like taking too much damage and just gonna leave the game. Sometimes you feel like that as a Zerg. Can't really say much else. I mean, obviously it was not good, but didn't think we are kind of gonna be leaving the game sort of situation. Obviously, so yeah, not ideal, but like I say, you're within your rights as a Zerg. You're obviously in a pretty miserable situation there. It's not a great start, but yeah, maybe just a case of just Mini Zerg thinking like, hey, Lemon's a favored player against me. If I take this much damage this quickly, I have got to, like, I've got to be just dead, you know, like, which like you can say that's obviously kind of a negative way to look at it, but sometimes it ain't the wrong way to look at it at the end of the day, right? Sometimes it ain't the wrong way to look at it, so yeah. Alright guys, take a moment or so, we will jump into this next game. Ready in GLHF being cold, so should just be a couple moments, ready to kick this off. Ready to get this into action. Love it. Alright, countdown's going to complete. Let's go to the loading screen. Tidal Citadel going to be our map, so we get that started. And let's get this kicking off. In the bottom right, with a very speedy win in that last game. The Adepts tilting Mini Zerg a bit. It's Lemon looking to take the series down and qualify for the 13th OSC Championship. And Mini Zerg keep it together in this game 4. Successful start with the kind of weirder, crazier build, but obviously it's been going downhill from there, unfortunately. So, looking to see if we can try and maybe get this back on track. What's up, my boy? SCT2. Thank you for the 76-month resub. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Probably scouting around, seeing what's up. Simulator and the gateway continue coming around for a little bit, so and into some positions here for a couple moments, getting everything settled down and figured out. Just for the moment, we do have our drone is going to nibble at the probe for a couple seconds, so we'll start to get some damage out in that direction. What happened in the third game? Lemon killed like 4 drones with an Adept, and Mini Zerg decided that that was enough, and just left. Yeah, you honestly missed nothing. If you missed the third game, you basically Lemon just got a point. Like, it was a little bit of a tilter. Unfortunately, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. Pro returns home. There's the Adept Corona boosting. Come on, don't ruin this for us, okay, Adepts? Don't end the game too quickly. Adept is obviously going to start to shade forward here. Look to see if it can do anything. It's going to commit into the Zerglings. Not a good shade. A little bit ugly, to be honest, but sometimes life be like that, I suppose. That's yeah, very ugly shade, to be honest. Say really not pretty. You start things off. Well, the Lings will move around. It's an Oracle on the way in the next step of this. The next Adept is just going to stay at home. As yeah, that sort of play is like, you know, your similar level of GG kind of moment. No, that's like the GG from the last game, just the other way around, basically. Sickening. Oracle will make its move up the map. Yeah, Clint's with some damage out. Oracle will take some shots, so a few hits coming through already. A little bits of damage being done as that Resonating Glaives continues through. Gates coming up, Wall Gate on the way. Got our Queen and drones and the Evo Chamber all building up as well, so a few little bits of that just coming by for now in these early stages. Yeah, Resonating Glaives coming through. Let's get that in position. Just going to see the couple overlords and the drones continue to produce on by. So again, we get that settled for now. Just going to see that Resonating Glaive is going to start up from Lemons, so he's just going to go back to the previous game's plan. But there's a Roach Drone on the way. It should give you an easier defense, at least for mini Zerg. So expecting that to be a factor. As Lemons definitely not playing his best StarCraft today. That's a dead Oracle. So yeah, it's just completely unnecessary to lose, and yeah, that's not great. I mean, one Oracle down. What's worse is you only build one, so that's no Oracle at home defensively. Obviously, these Adepts will play defense, but they are now seen and scouted, so now you know exactly what's coming your way. 9 Roaches already building. I'm asking for the pause for a second, no worries. Get that sorted out for him, and hopefully just get this back on track. Hopefully nothing too major. Obviously just a bit of ping. Sometimes it peaks up. So give it a couple of moments, get that sorted, and we'll get, like I say, hopefully back on track again here. Next couple of moments to get this sorted and en route. Alright, looks like we're good. So we'll get resumed on this in a second. Go gets called. Countdown. And the Adepts are moving. Like I say, Zerg has a lot of Roaches coming up, so I'm not really convinced that Lemon's going to have a great time with these Adepts. We are already moving into the blink behind this, so his follow-up begins. And third base for the moment at least is safe. A few Adepts going to go the other way, and obviously multi-pronging and just kind of, you know, micro and splitting up, etc. could be the route to some success right here, and that does seem to be the current plan, if any, at this current point. The Adepts will shade again. Actually, Adepts committed in over on this side into the main. I think it's the Adepts on the low ground that are going to really be the deal breakers here. Like, those are the ones that can get some drone damage done during this. See 3 workers going down already, for example, right? Like, that's why I think the damage is going to end up coming from here, although these Adepts kind of got left alone. We pulled a lot of units away from them, and now 10 drones go down across the board. A couple of Adepts shading here, maybe could have been positioned better toward the mineral line. I mean, everyone's kind of making this a bit of a messier game than it really needs to be at this point. 16 drones going down. The Adepts finally cleaned up. That's obviously some pretty serious damage at the end of the day. So that's, yeah, a fantastic bit of damage done, if nothing else. And continuing through now. +1 blink still coming up, so we get that on the go. Bring that straight over. A little bit of Ling Roach needs to gather together as well. Just going to be seeing a few Stalkers getting in after that Ling Roach as well. So again, chasing straight through just for the moment. Units end up going the other way initially. A couple Lings get up into the main base, sorry. So a couple Lings get into the main base. They're going to get rid of a bunch of the probes here. The Roach Ravager coming through on the other side at the front. So the counterattack from Mindelvk is looking to capitalize on TLDR, the usual suspect of kind of glaive builds, which is you don't have a good army behind this for a while. Now, we do have Blink Stalkers, but they're unupgraded, so they're not as valuable as usual. The Oracle just died to a Corrosive Bile as well. And again, with those Lings getting into the main base already, that's going to be a pretty serious factor. A couple of Biles coming down onto the Cybercore again. The Roach Ravager now going to jump onto the third. I mean, the longer this goes, the more efficiency you get out of the Stalkers, but right now it's not a lot of Stalkers. Corrosive Vials, the probes try and transfer, and Mini-Zerg on this counterattack might be getting enough done. Man, it really felt like, obviously, yeah, it was very successful for Lemon, but I did feel like it was successful for Lemon, and Mini-Zerg was already prepared, which meant he had a lot of Roach Ravager Ling. He had a lot of these units kind of just ready to go already, and that's kind of what you're seeing now. As this Roach Ravager Ling army looks to play cleanup. A little bit of the Roach Ravager coming back through. A couple of Stalkers already getting jumped on. Seeing a few of those getting grabbed. The other Stalker's going to fight onto the Roaches as well. Now go back over the right side. That Ling Roach Ravager pushing in again. That's going to be good enough for Mini-Zerg to take the game. Nice little run by to start it off. Sorry we missed that portion on stream. But yeah, there you go. We're just going to have a game 5 between Lemon and Mini-Zerg. It's going to go the full distance. Alrighty, so 5th map coming up. Lemon's just going to relog for a moment. We'll get into a game 5. I'll just run ads then if he's relogging, because it may take a moment or so longer than usual, guys. So just going to do that, and we'll be right on into it. Beautiful. So Lemon's relogging. We are setting up. Ready to go, go, go. Bum, 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 bum. Choke point made a great target for the Bile. Actually had a couple of good Biles in that game, to be honest. Like, there was a couple very cool moments from them, so that was pretty neat. As we get ready to go here, guys. Kick this off in just a second or two. Get ready to party. Do 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 do. Bum bada bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Lemon got squeezed. Terrible joke. Never heard it before though, which is something, I guess, considering we've cast a good amount of Lemon in our time. Yeah. Not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright, let's get this started, guys. We are just waiting for Lemon to relog. We can host this lobby up. Get this underway. So Winter Madness is going to be our lobby link. Perfect. Let's get into game 5, guys. Deciding map here comes down to Winter Madness to decide this series. Lemon and Mini-Zerg going to a 5th game. I'm just trying to test the internet by spamming the ones in the chat. Try and check that connection. What if he never relogs? And he loses because he disappears from the matchup. Yeah, it's not a crazy issue to solve. If one guy just never comes back to the game, he just gets disqualified. And then we just lose a game of StarCraft, but fear not, it is not that much of a problem, and it doesn't happen. So, we Gucci. We are Gucci. Alright. Bottom right, Lemon, our red Protoss player, in this game 5, up against Mini-Zerg in the top left-hand side. Let's get this 5th game ready to rumble. Overlord pylon coming through. It's going to be seeing the probe and the Overlord coming up and about as well. So just get that started here for a couple of moments. Overlord going to pop. Our drones are going to get busy mining. We already have the probe obviously playing the blocking game over here. It's going to find out very shortly that that has been a success and that the hatch has already come down over to the other side. So figure that out quickly. And we just get that information to work with as the probe continues to maneuver around. Hatch gas and pool coming up. A couple of drones still building through the gateway building from Lemon. And we have that drone just pushing the probe back a little bit right there. The Overlord into the center. As we're still yet to really see kind of tech choices and so coming to fruition on this game. Obviously no Cybercore yet. We're just a minute 40 in, but that exciting part of things will be happening soon. Fear not. Simulator comes down. Again, the hatch and pool already on the way up. Add a couple drones into the mix there as well. Keep that on the go. Cybercore on the Nexus will build as well. And a couple of queens, a couple of lings, all of that building out. The Nexus and our Cybercore building. A simulator coming through. Just having... yeah, the Nexus and the Cybercore still building about. The queens will join. A couple of lings on the way through as well. And yeah, Nexus will complete. Let's see what we build off the Cybercore. I see a couple of glaive builds from Lemon. I wonder if he's happy to kind of go into something that's not glaives. It's a good question, right? When you've been doing something kind of the same kind of thing back to back a couple times already. You know, this is your possibility to maybe change it up now a little bit. So let's see if that maybe is something we're interested in doing at all or not. Tapped into that natural expansion. A few lings just gonna gather. Again, links be building up. Queen on the way. Stargate, Adept, and the Warp Gate building for now. Maybe a Chrono Boost on the Oracles. Just gonna get that moving immediately. And we do see again a couple of Adepts are gonna patrol up on the top side. There's the shade through. Again, a couple of lings getting straight onto the Adept there, so it's going to stay active for a little bit. Those Adepts absolutely chasing for some possible work. But we'll get some shots off, and again, a couple of spores building into place. There's the Oracle coming over, so let's see if it can be successful. We've not exactly been great on the Oracle controller series, so let's see if that's something we can fix up here, perhaps. Spore, Queen combining, Oracle taking some shots. Again, Queen and a few drones coming about. Twilight guns coming in. Just gonna see the feeling's gonna wrap up onto the Nexus in the bottom right hand side. It's just gonna get a grab there. Again, the Warp Gate is about to finish. The Nexus, Twilight, and the Gateway is all coming through. There's 5 gateways coming down right now. And land the Roach Ron both building through there. The drones coming up, the Queen a part of this as well. A couple of shots, but nothing really happening. Again, the gate's coming by. Nothing else coming through. We're really just wait to see what the next step of this is truly going to be. And all those extra gates coming up. So with glaives and this amount of gateways, they're just going to be aggressive again. Lemon just really likes these Adepts, man, but once more this time we're going to be up against the Roaches, and that did not go well for him last time up against the Roaches, so again, you have to question if that really has the possibility to be all that shocking. Move again, glaives and the probes will come around for a couple of moments. 7 roaches, a few drones and lings. And we do get ready to push here in the next couple of moments, so Got that ready. Queen's just going to be there. Oracles will take a few shots. It's been pushed over to the sides. And again, Roach will be coming up. Bane that's coming by. The Overlord's coming into play as well. So, and some little bits and pieces coming through on that. Lings on the bottom right. Trying to just move across a little bit as well. Already the Adepts moving into the natural. The Oracle's taking a lot of damage right away, man. Taking a lot of hits initially, so a lot of shots coming through. Just going to be seeing the drones transferring back over here. The Adepts up into the main base will be trying to put a bit more pressure in, as you just see them coming through. The Extractor already taking some damage. The Queens and the Roaches will gather around that as well, and well, overall, what are we achieving? So far, 23 drones going down. So yes, these Adepts are succeeding. The main thing is it's taking so long to clean them up as well. Now you've got some Adepts still over here. A couple new ones arrive. Just need to target fire some drones and we'll be much better off. Because at this point, these Adepts obviously aren't going to kill Roaches. Any drone you take down is going to be a hit to that Zerg economy. And at this stage, that's obviously your goal, to reduce that Zerg economy by the absolute maximum you possibly can. So the more you can reduce that, the happier you'll end up being here. As the Ling Roach comes back over, the Roaches will jump onto the Adept. Going to play a little bit of cleanup on that as well. And this is finally cleaned up, but it took so long. 34 drones left in this game, 30 died. And yeah, we lost a lot of Adepts. We're going to counterattack, basically. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Same as the last game. Any Zerg is just going to send the army across the map. This game, way less gas, way less Ravagers available. That's why keeping the Oracles alive is nice. We got one alive, because Oracle should be able to provide some damage output here. Stalkers going to have Blink soon. I mean, like I say, it's similar to the last game, but I do think Lemon is in a better position than last game. Just has a little bit more stuff in comparison to the opposition, and that alone should be pretty meaningful as the Stalkers keep pulling back. The Roaches keep chasing through. Stalkers will keep fighting. Those Roaches keep taking damage. Actually, a Stay Sword going to do a lot for you here as well. Blink is about to be done, and the moment that Blink finishes here, this game becomes a whole lot more difficult on the side of our Zerg player, who played a pretty great series at the end of the day. Played a lot of cool games here, but it's just not going to end up with enough at the end of it all to get a GG out of the opponent. The Stalkers are going to be too good. They're going to hold off. The Roaches will not do what they want to do. And like I say, you kind of end up in a position where there's no other option but to say that GG and to move on through to what will be a third place match for Mini Zerg to try and qualify. Meanwhile, Lemon will qualify to the OSC Championship 13. Will be starting in the lower bracket, but will be a part of it, which I believe he was part of it last year as well, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head. I think. So, yeah. Alright, the other guys have been waiting for us for 53 minutes. They've been in the lobby for, so we'll not mess around. We'll get right back in with those guys, because they're obviously going to be ready to party here and play in just a couple of moments. So we'll get ready to rumble as we settle ourselves into our next series. These guys are, like I say, they're immediately ready, so we join the lobby, they go instantly, and we can kick this off without any delay, guys. So it is going to be Cham versus Mindelvk in the next qualifying matchup. Let's see how this one turns out. Some more PvZ. Again, it will be Mini Zerg in the lower bracket to play whoever wins. Whoever loses out here, the winner of this will qualify alongside Lemon, and the two losers will end up fighting for one final spot out of this Challenger Bracket B on the OSC Championship 13. GLHFs to get us going. And it is, like I say, this best of 5 that has had to wait for us a little bit, so let's see what we get here. Let's see what goes on. At least the person who knocked you out managed to qualify. Ain't no shame in losing to any of these guys, let's be realistic. They're all pretty hacking good. I'm impressed we got a 5-game series though. I'm genuinely impressed by Mini Zerg. He stepped up a bit. I do think Lemon played not great, if I'm going to be honest. I think let's be real here, and I think Lemon could have played better, and I've seen Lemon play better. That's not a take away from Mini Zerg. That's just to kind of, like I say, be real with you guys. Be a bit real with ourselves as well, just on the situation. So I don't think, like I say, there's anything wrong with a bit of reality checking sometimes. Alright, so. Take a couple moments, figure out what we want to do. Probe gonna move about for a little bit. Just have the Nexus and the Cybercore both building up. Spawning pool hatcher on the way in. There's no Terran again. Yes, none of the Terrans want to try and qualify. Don't know what to tell you. Well, the Terrans are already rich enough. Or they're already qualified, you know? It's the reality of the situation, man. These Terrans, they're too well set up in life. Too well set up in life. Next coming through, Link Speed and a couple of queens coming about. And full drones just gonna mine away there for a couple of moments so we get that all on the way through. I'm just gonna throw a little Injectorinio down. So just gonna throw that into place for a couple of moments, get that set up, try and see what we can do. What's up, Marek287? How you doing? Thank you so much as well for joining us. Appreciate you. Thank you for subbing up 16 months resub. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, warp gate coming through, so we take a couple of seconds here. Just gonna see the void ray, the warp gate, again, a bit of everything coming up for the moment. Okay, we're coming down, void ray and that warp gate still coming up, the adept coming over. Just gonna be stepping over to the side here. As we do have the void ray clearing out an overload already, so again, getting that void ray up early. Looking to make the most of that right off the bat. You see a robo facility dropping down there as well, so it's going to get that straight into position. Get that ready to go. Seconds begin to make their way right up to the top side, right off the bat, so they're going to get journeying right away on this one. Just going to see the couple of attempts are going to be there to try and play the deflection game. And again, just try and deny as much as possible ASAP on this. The Rotron, the Evo Chamber, and the drones all continue through, so again, we got a lot going in that regard. And seeing where we can get to. A couple of gates in that robo facility will be a part of this as well. So, different bits and pieces coming online. The Void Ray across the map gets another Overlord and is going to try for at least one more, so being pretty cheeky if I'm honest. Trying to get some value in early. And it pays for it. It goes down. So the Queen's actually going to kill off that Void Ray. So Cham able to get that kill. As Temple Archives will be starting up here from Mindelvk into the Prism as well. So Void Ray, no Oracle, into the Prism Templar Archives. So basically into the Archon drop. Can't really say I love it. If I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys right off the bat. Like, I don't love it. It's a little ugly. The build's a little bit kind of off from the norm. And you lost the Void Ray, so I love it even less because of the fact that we lost one of the key parts of it early. I mean, not saying that that was, you know, something we're super reliant on, but it definitely doesn't feel good to be losing that at the end of the day. Let's just be real. You know, that definitely isn't ideal at all. A couple of Archons will morph in. We'll get that ready to go in a couple of seconds. Get this ready to kick off here in a few moments' time. Prism just stepping over. The Queen is going to throw down another creep tumor already, so just going to put that straight into position. And the Prism ready to fly on in. Let's see the couple of Archons getting rid of a couple of creep tumors. Now going to go in after a Queen, and the Queen will take some shots. Queen will in fact go down, so Queen falls pretty swiftly here. I'm just going to see the Archons going to stay busy for a few moments, and this is nice until you get the Roaches here to play cleanup. The problem is these Archons are pretty committed. The Queen's on top of the Prism. The Prism dove super deep to try and save the day here, man. This was just a mess. Mindelvk so deep with the Prism. It goes down and the extra Archon falls. That's a great defense from Cham. Anytime you're killing off the Archons and the Prism, it's going to be seen as a victory. Like, there's just no two ways about it. Like, that is a defense. And losing the Prism, like, losing one Archon was already bad. Losing the Prism and the other Archon is a slap in the face. Yeah, that's he just got so deep there, like he got so committed. He could have absolutely just been like, okay, kill a couple drones, lift up, get the hell out. Like the whole point of the Prism and the Archons is that it's mobility that never gets dealt with, right? Like it's so hard to shut it down. But you just gave your opponent the shutdown on it. Like you just made it easy for your opponent to deal with it. So you're the problem. Unfortunately, in this scenario, you became your own problem. You became your own worst enemy there. You made that more of a challenge for yourself than it needed to be at the end of the day. So unfortunately, that's the way of this and how that one goes. So we're seeing the hallucination going to move about. A couple of drones moving around a little bit as well. It's just going to be setting up with this for a few moments. Again, charging the +1 coming over. The Hydra's on the way through. And again, the Hydra speed, Carapace, Roach speed need to come up as we speak with this for now. Hydra Roach just joins up then. We take a couple of moments here. Prism and the charge continue to go into play for a second or so. Figure out what exactly we want to try and do. And challenge the Prism. Building straight into play already. And +2 attack and a charge coming up. So, I mean, Mindelvk's army behind this is fine, but, like, Cham is maxed out. Roach Hydra, pretty powerful army, especially with those Hydras, and we do not really have splash damage to talk about. There's one Archon in the game, so splash is non-existent. That's going to be an issue against these Hydras. Like, Hydras are dealt with by splash damage. They don't get dealt with, not when they're in this amount of numbers. Like, in this amount of numbers, like, Zealots charging onto them is not going to do anything, because the Hydras are just going to wipe the floor with the Zealots before they even begin. The force fields are something, but we've honestly got a pretty good concave to work with here as well, and you can kind of see the effectiveness of that. This is just going to be an A move forward from Cham at this one. Well, not quite an A move, but stepping forwards, and you should be fine. And I think, like I say, very rightfully so, is 3-6 probes going down already, and the army that remains here from Cham is obviously very, very good at this stage, still looking very convincing. Currently going to start working onto this Nexus, take that out. And we pull back over the right side. There's a pylon we can maybe get there as well. The Zards and the Immortals will continue through. The Hydras will continue to move around, just escaping away for the moment and just trying to stay the heck out of trouble at this stage. Realistically, is all you can really ask to do. Hydras and the Lings gathering back again once more. Look, then about to finish up 11 Hydras coming in as well. So again, some extra bits and pieces all coming through for the moment, but at the end of the day, just do not think that this is going to be a challenge for Cham. We just have lots of Hydras on the way through. Some Lings are going to run by because, hey, why not win in style, right? Running by while you're also just wiping out your opponent's army. And Cham is going to, I think, very confidently here close this out. These Immortals get jumped on. The Lings and the Hydras together will chase. The Immortals are dropping down dead. GG gets called, and Cham takes the opening game of this qualifying match because, well, he played very well. He played very well. He had some good defense, and killing the Prism and the Archons pretty much just puts an end to this before it even begins, before we even do anything else. So that really is just, like I say, kind of a disaster before we even start, realistically. So yeah, not great. Winter Madness Game 2. Let's see if we can clean things up a little bit here on this one in the next couple of moments. Sweet. Gogo says Mindelvk. Just gonna get this ready. Set Zerg, Terran, but we will get him set to Zerg before we get this started, so no issue there. And game number 2 begins right here in the OSC Championship Challenger Bracket B, my friends. Kicking this off right now. Alright, alright, alright. In the bottom right-hand side, our Red Protoss player, who is going to be down the game. Let's see what happens as we have ourselves Mindelvk in the bottom right corner. And the top left, our blue Zergy is going to be Cham. Up 1. Let's see what is going to happen next. Overlord, Pylon, Color Probies coming on through for a couple of moments, so we just get that underway and started. On the way out, couple drones on the way out even, as the gateway and the probe coming up as well. Match will be beginning over on this left-hand side. Just going to put that straight into position there. Get that ready to go. Obviously scouts around, try and cause some trouble. But just a little bit. And we'll just stick to that for a few moments here as we get this all into play. Like I said, we'll figure out exactly what we want to do here. In general, as our Nexus, the hatch, and the pool come into play as well. So again, a little bit of all that coming about. The probe just going to sit back over on this side as well. Just going to get that going. Cybercore on the Nexus is still coming through, so we can bring that straight online here. I'm just going to get that Cybercore completing. The gateway going to come Corona boosting through for a couple moments as well. Nothing super crazy, just got that Adept on the move. The couple Queens, the Link speed coming up, the few Lings reducing by on top of everything else. Pretty cozy there overall. Now Stargate will be ticking through here. And a few drones just continue to gather, so they will just mine, and we will settle, and we'll see what Mindel does off this target. Will it just be a void ray only again here? It's going to be our kind of first question mark. Depth shades out to that left side. The Lings and the Queen immediately in position to deal with this. Adept will try to shade again. I can't really see this going too well overall. A couple of Adepts together will join up. Again, Lings speed, Lings, Queens, a little bit of Ling speed coming through as well. So get that set up for the moment and figure out what we want to do. That's going to get jumped on here for a couple moments. So again, put some damage out with these Zerglings at the very least. Obviously back into a bit more of a regular kind of Stargate play with the Oracles here. So we'll see the Oracles coming about. Like I say, a little bit more regulated, a little bit more normal here initially. Going to be our starting point as these couple Queens going to put some damage out. That Oracle will take some shots. A few hits coming straight through. Oracle's going to die. Mindel, no, no, no. We can't be losing the Oracle like this. Yeah. Not great. Not great at all. You're just making your life more difficult for yourself. Cham catching his Adept as it shades here. Lings will just commit to it. We'll only leave with one Ling, so we lose the others, but I don't think Cham really cares. He's having a good time right now. Like, everything just feels like it's going good for him. Like, this is fine, you know, no problem. I'm having an okay time. Everything's chilling. Like, he really is just kind of living his best life right now, so yeah, he really is just feeling good. Just circling a moment, I guess. Let's see if this next Oracle can be looked after more properly than the original. Gets a pick off and then gets cleaned out a little bit already, so not exactly ideal, but could still be worse, I suppose. Oracle is just going to loop around the left-hand side now instead. It's just going to be moving straight over with that. And it's going to be met by another couple of Queens. So they're just going to turn the Oracle straight back away again. Roaches, the drone, the missile upgrade all coming about right here. So a lot of that's still just coming through. This Oracle continues to escape out down to the southwest. And just along the bottom in general. Probe's going to transfer over. Yeah, this is a little bit of a doomed situation right now. If you are, I mean, maybe not doomed per se, but like, I just feel as though like you lost an Oracle, you lost that first game in a kind of brutal manner. So far, Mindel needs to show me something to kind of get me believing, right? Cham is my favorite anyway. So if you're going to then start making micro mistakes, then I'm going to believe even more so in Cham. That's what I'm getting at. Like, maybe the game state doesn't deserve to say it's doomed, but my mentality about Mindelvk is pretty doomed, right? And that's not a great place to be. And, you know, as a commentator, let's keep it exciting and so sure. But, like, the reality is that he's not shown us anything to be excited or positive about yet. And that might seem very harsh, but I think that's very true. And this stage sword is nice. The Stalker's pressuring is decent. Let's see what we can get done here, as we are going to add on more gateways. We are going to be just pure Stalker pressuring on this position here. Let's see what we can do as the Roaches will get rid of one Stalker in the front. That's a nice catch. You see the Ling on the back pops the Stage Sword that's, you know, very far back, so hence defensively placed. It's going to get tougher here soon because we have +1 missiles and the Roach speed both building up. So when they both build into play, that's going to make these Roaches even better. Stalkers need to be careful. Warping in right now is scary because they're slow warpings until that gateway finishes. So, like I say, that's actually a little bit scary for sure here. Let's see, a few of these Stalkers going to get jumped on. This is not it for Mindelvk at all. He's kind of getting wiped up by these Roaches. Yeah, this is not it, unfortunately. This is not it. Yeah. I think Roach just gonna try and come over Ravager as well. I mean, we're just gonna try and do what we can over here, let's be real, but again, I think we can all see the reality is it's not looking very pretty for our Protoss, who was pretty committed and is now absolutely in a world of trouble. These Roaches will, like I say, do everything that they can, but it's just not there. The answer is not available right now, plain and simple. 14 probes already going down. This Roach force maybe can chase back for the moment, but that's not going to be a long-term factor. Plain and simple, again, just... This game's done. Cham is going to take a 2-0 lead in this series already, so he's going to be feeling pretty great about that, I would imagine. I imagine he's going to be feeling pretty great about that. But using the Ling Roach still coming through here. The Overlord's on the way. +1 attack and probe still building as well. The rest of this army from Cham going to look to make a way over to that right-hand side. And basically look to end this with... I mean, he's not teching up himself, and so maybe if he survives long enough here, maybe we can tell ourselves a story of like, hey, this is going to be okay, you know, we're going to be able to do something positive and whatever else, but... I mean, how do you defend for long enough when if your opponent's not teching up, it's because he's spamming units that he knows are good enough to essentially come and kill you. Like, that really is huffing the copium, to be honest. So, GG's, and we get ourselves a 2-0 lead from Cham, who ends up in the lead of this series now and a map away from qualification to the 13th season of the OSC Championship. We're on the 2 minutes of ads, guys, just to get those out the way, and we will resume, but obviously not exactly a killer situation right now for Mindelvk, who is clearly in trouble, and we'll see if he can bring it back at all, but this is obviously not ideal. Does have that second chance, remember. The loser of this plays Mini Zerg in the 3rd place matchup, so there is going to be that kind of secondary chance available at least, so that's nice. You know, that's the good news here. We do have that as a factor, so... we take that, you know? I think we take that at least. I think we take that. And then just sort of go from there, I suppose. Alright, Tighter Citadel coming up. Get this going in a moment, guys, and we'll kick this off momentarily. Beautiful. Sweet. Alright, Cham says ready. And get this set to go. Just a couple of moments for Tighter Citadel. Let's do this. Let's do this. In the bottom right-hand side, our red Protoss player is going to be Mindelvk. He's down 0-2, looking to bring this back if possible. Let's see if we can do so here. He really does need to work some magic right now. Cham has just been the better player. Less mistakes, cleaner games. I really just can't, again, emphasize more just how impactful that is realistically in the grand scheme of things on this one. So, yeah, it's been very notable. And on the probe coming up, just going to see this probe of Mindelvk. We'll step forward a little bit. Entering the Overlord coming through. Do you see the gateway coming about as well? Having that probe on also. Getting the gas coming up and online. Builds on that natural overload into the center of the map. The probe just going to nibble at that hatch and again put some work in. Gateway still building. Probe on the way up. Let's start it for now. Got an X core into the wall off. I mean, what does Mindel do? Do you completely switch it up and you go like Twilight first and you just try and hit like a very aggressive build and maybe just try and take a win there? Like, I feel like almost like, yes, that's kind of what we need to do because like everything else is not exactly going in your favor right now, but then it's not exactly a feels great situation either, to be honest. So, kind of through and through, it feels like we're just a little bit scuppered in terms of position here. Do not love where we're at, end of the day currently. Not at all. Thanks to be Queens and the drone will build through. Just going to chrono boost on the gateway. The couple of lings are going to chase in after the probe as well. Just going to try and hunt that for a couple moments. Lingspeed building, Stargate, the Adept, and the Warp Gate all coming by. The couple Lings going to return back as well, so see them getting booming over there. Just going to chrono boost out and see what happens on this next couple of moments as we set up a bit further. Back to that Void Ray instead of the Oracle. I mean, we lost the Void Ray last time, but that wasn't great, but like that was the least of your worries. The real issue was losing the Prism afterward. Like that was the real kick in the teeth. That was the move that kind of lost that game for you already, so points coming up. Just a couple drones going down. The Lings getting a good wraparound and able to play cleanup there, so the drones falling. You do see the Void Ray going to activate. It's going to try and come over and that's rid of an Overlord. I mean, that's what the Void Ray is good for. Getting rid of Overlords that are nearby. Obviously, last time we really got very aggressive with this Void Ray. It chased so deep into enemy territory for not really much gain at all. There's those few Zerglings. It's going to move about a little bit as well. They move out over to the left side for a moment or so. Going back over toward the right. A few spores coming up. The Overlords and the drones will coming in. The Adept and the Oracle building. Probes and the Assimilator coming up and online. Flings will continue to build over here. Third Nexus will finally come through. It's Oracles after the Void Ray this time, so it's not that rush into the Archon drop, which is what we saw previously. So that part obviously begins to look a bit different as we do take a few spore shots there. Oracle obviously taking a bit of damage, but nothing too crazy overall. On the right side, those few Zerglings still going to step back and stay clear for the moment. Trying to give just whatever map control they can. Still no third base down, and the longer that we wait for that, the more concerned you become as to how well this is going to go at a given time. And just see the Again, fortunate that Nexus coming, fortunate that Twilight Council coming through. Nexus coming up as well, so we do finally get a third on the way. Maybe these oracles will be our kind of source of interest in the next few moments. Something that can maybe combine in to get some work done. We do have the Rotron and Evo Chamber both building. The hatch and the lair continue to come through just for the moment. Oracles will activate after a couple of those drones and a bit of damage already being dealt. Rotron is going to finish very shortly. And again, we just see the blink and the +1 coming over. The Oracle is going to escape away. The additional gates coming out. Again, +1 in that blink will continue by. Hydralisk then building from Cham. We've seen a lot of Roach Hydra stuff from him. Cham always fun in that regard of like, he doesn't play the kind of, he doesn't always kind of live by the rules of the usual Zergs, and lately Zergs have been all about the melee upgrades and so on and so forth. So yeah, he's usually all about that. But the reality of this scenario is that Cham is not that kind of guy, so he's not about the melee upgrades. He's roaching, he's hydraing, and these Roach Hydra comps have been pretty good for him so far today. I wonder if it's something that Mindel's not as well prepped for, because obviously it's not been in the meta as much lately. It's one of those things where when you're playing against a weaker player, if you're playing off styles and they're expecting to play the meta stuff, I feel like that can kind of throw them a lot more than it would throw some of the better players sometimes, where they're just like more easily able to adapt or recall just what it was that went well for them when they played against this in the past, etc. So it's kind of interesting too. More Hydras coming up as we just throw that Roach Hydra force, and there's 69 drones. Nice amount of drones to go and attack with, I would imagine, because I don't see what else we really... I really see what else we really do here as Cham. I mean, he'd be attacking into what? About to be Blink Stalkers. That Blink's about to finish now, and pretty much just that. I guess Temple Archive's about to complete. I guess we'll see if we get aggressive or not as the Protoss at all with the Blink Stalkers, but it doesn't look like it, right? Hydras pulling back to the top. Again, Storm that +2 coming in. The Lings and the Hydras all producing. We do have a few more Lings moving on that left side. Going back around again as the Roach Hydra gathers up. The few Zerglings to that right side as well. Just going to gather onto, or near to, that right side for the moment. Hydra speed coming about. And again, the +2 attack and that Storm continuing to play just for now. There's the army. Storm is essential. When we saw the Roach Hydra winning out in the previous games, we saw obviously no splash damage. Then the Hydras don't get stopped by anything. Storm at least gives you an option. There are 2 High Templar available, gathering energy already, so they're going to be likely important to this. The Void at the front goes down. That Archon's super exposed. I felt like the Hydra's just going to grab that easily as well. And I like to see the cannons, right? We are going to see this army coming from both sides. We do have the High Templar stepping forward. First Storm comes down. Honestly, not really the best of Storms when you look at it. That Storm is a lot better. It does a lot more. The Hydras are still going to kind of move through it though, and so a lot of Hydras are left alive at the end of this, and that's probably going to be the bigger issue. As these Hydras are still around, the Stalkers not really doing enough. There's already a 90 supply gap, and I get the feeling this is already going to be probably a road to a GG's, and that's exactly the case, as we are going to get ourselves GG called, and Cham is going to take a game number 3 and just a 3-0 sweep in this series to wrap up this matchup and to qualify himself for the OSC Championship once again. There you go. Alright guys, I'm going to nip to the bathroom quickly. I'm going to leave you guys with the Ladder Legends video for a couple of minutes while I BRB. If I just unhide this...
StarCraft.
Yep, it does. Alright, I'm just going to play this for you guys, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. BRB for more StarCraft 2, as we have our 3rd place match coming up.
StarCraft is a freaking hard game. When you look at where you are and then where the very best are, improving can start to feel like an impossible task. But it doesn't have to be this hard. Enter Ladder Legends. Ladder Legends is a dedicated academy aimed at helping you understand, enjoy, and improve at StarCraft. More than that though, Ladder Legends is a community where StarCraft gamers can get together, make new friends, and dive deeper into the game with them. With incredible coaches and talent like Groovy, Mixu, Gamer Richie, and Tempo, you know something special is happening here. The folks over at Ladder Legends have big plans too, and aim to expand their services into other games. Potential titles include Apex Legends, Valorant, Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, and more. Join their Discord to let them know what you want to see out of them. And if you only care about StarCraft, join their lively and active Discord anyway. They've also recently launched a fabulous website for their academy, which sports a VOD repository, masterclasses, a build order library, the ability to book one-on-one coaching, and more. Check it out by clicking the link in the video description or by scanning the QR code on screen. Once again, thank you to Ladder Legends for the support. Ladder Legends is a dedicated academy specializing in StarCraft for the moment, which has helped people who have been hard stuck break through that ceiling and hit ranks like Masters and even Grandmasters in as short as a month. Be sure to check out their fantastic new website, which sports a VOD repository, masterclasses, a build order library, and the ability to book one-on-one coaching. Gain access to all of that and more by subscribing to Ladder Legends for as little as £14.99 British pounds a month. Check it out by clicking the link in the video description or by scanning the QR code on screen.
We're back. I keep forgetting that this is going to end because I I don't actually have the sound, so I don't hear it, you know? So, yeah. I don't hear it. Anyways, Ladder Legends sponsoring the OSC Championship, helping to make this event happen. As we're going to hop to Europe, that probably makes a lot of sense. My bad, guys. I wasn't AFK, I just sat back down, but I was catching up on things while the video was still playing, and obviously everything was pretty much ready to go. So, with that all said and done, let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, let's actually get this ready to start up, I think, and kick this off into some action. So, get ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, guys. Kick this off in a few moments' time. Sweet. Sweet. Just while we don't have a lobby up just yet, guys, I guess I'll throw you guys into ads as well. Didn't want to do that during the sponsored video, so we'll just do it now, and we should be all good. Roll. Hell yeah. Into Madness is going to be our lobby. Oh, maybe they were a bit more ready than I thought they were going to be. It's all good. Alright, best of 5 qualifying match. Mindelvk and Mini Zerg. Good opportunity to qualify. I think both these guys can have a shot against each other, so let's get this ready to go. Alright, we are operational, guys. Let's do this. Let's jump in game. Let's do some casting. As we have in the top left-hand side, our Red Protoss player, it is going to be Mindelvk, starting this best of 5 off, getting this underway, and kicking off into action. We have the bottom right blue Zerg. It is going to be Mini Zerg UA. Alright, guys. One player here qualifies. So winner qualifies. Loser will have to try again. I mean, later today there's another qualifier, and then tomorrow there's one more. So see if they can make it through there. But you know, this is going to be one of your better chances, right? Because this is it. Best of 5 right now. That's winnable. Who knows who may sign up tomorrow that didn't sign up already? That makes that bracket harder than today's was or so. Like maybe some sick Korean player signs up who suddenly decides they want to play and they didn't quite have enough points or whatever, right? Like that's a possibility. That's a reality of what tomorrow could end up looking like. So I think, like I say, important that we get sunk into this one and you give it your best shot right here and you give it a go. So let's get this going and see what will happen. As the drone nibbles at the probe, couple of shots initially to start us off there. And get that ready to rumble. That price, what, of the headset? I mean, it's a proper broadcasting headset. It ain't cheap. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like a headset just to play games with and stuff, then this ain't it. This is very much so a this is very much so a headset that's designed to cast and commentate and all of those lovely things, as we are doing right now. Probe nibbling up at that hatch, so we get some damage done. Just gonna see the queen on the way. Next in the cybercore, building up the queen's lings, the drone coming about, Alan and the probe coming up as well. The worst part of this headset is if the wire goes. The wire alone is like €100. It sucks because you need like a certain connection and whatever else like into the headset. It freaking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I do not recommend this headset unless you're literally looking to stream. I mean, I love this. I mean, obviously most streamers have like a standalone mic. I can't do it. Like, I think it's the craziest and most impressive thing that people can sit there for an extended period of time and legitimately like be in the same place, the same distance from their microphone. Like, there's just no shot, you know? Like, there's just no shot. And obviously it does give you better audio quality than what this headset that I've got on gives overall, because it's got a better microphone or whatever. But like, like 99% of people don't hear that audio difference anyway. And it's just so much better quality of life being able to move my head around this way, that way. Oh, I want to look out the window at the snow and get distracted for a little bit. I can do that. I want to, you know, look at Ellie. I can do that without you guys hearing me as like a faraway ghost that you know what I mean? Like, such a great quality of life when I got a headset with a mic on rather than the standalones. I think it's very different when you're playing games, because obviously when you're playing games, you're kind of sitting in the same position to play anyway, so it's a little bit less impactful, but yeah. Definitely a factor. Let's just have our Oracle and the Warp Gate coming up, the Gateway and the Nexus building through, so we settle down here, take a couple of moments, figure out what we want to do next. Let's see if your Ling's going to show up. They're going to go straight after the probe, actually, for a moment or two, so welcome it in over there. I'm just going to see the Oracle activating after a few of the Zerglings as well. We do have our Twilight Council and Forge continue to come into play at the moment, so again, getting that all up and running, the Nexus coming through, and get that settled into place. Also, is going to hit that Overlord. It's going to take a few shots of damage, so a few hits going through initially, and it's going to get cleaned up, so I'll go down. A couple of Oracles going to get back onto the map. So I've been reading chat a bit more than anything else. Let's go follow this and let's see what's up. For moments here. Let's get this into play. Oracles just peel away into that bottom right side. It's just going to get those straight over for the moment. Again, Blinking +1 will build. We just have gates coming out. The Oracle's going to get a couple more drones here. Mindel already getting a little bit more success with these Oracles. Obviously, this is going to be a weaker Zerg than what he just played, so it's likely he's going to look a bit better, right? And it's likely a lot of his moves don't get shut down ahead of time and so on, right? So he's going to start looking better right off the bat. As 4 drones, now 6 drones going down. The Oracles will be overhead, cancelling that 4th hatchery. Drones going down. Man, that's a great little bit of aggression across the board. Really adds up heavily, and that's going to be nice as 12, 13 drones coming out. Melee and the roach speed upgrades going through. So Minis are going to play that melee upgrade. We'll see what he can do with it. Was talking about Cham not really going for the melee upgrade a lot. Now you will see a Zerg who does go melee. That's going to be a nice choice against the Blink Stalker opening that Mindel currently heads into. Like I say, let's see how that pans out here in the next few moments. Getting the melee and the roach speed coming up, so just get that underway. +1 and the blink coming through as well, so continue to get that all settled down already. These Zerglings will continue around again. Melee, roach speed coming up, a few roaches coming over. Stalker's just going to be down there to try and set up for a little extra work as well. And they're about to have their upgrade, so it is going to be go time potentially for everything to kind of move across and get some things done. See what happens here. There's a couple of roaches are going to gather together. The lings are going to come over that right-hand side as well, so they're going to try and get in place. We have the stalkers already putting some work in. You can see the lings dropping down very quickly, so pretty convincing couple of moments there. Stalkers will continue through and do just enough for themselves just at the moment. Stalker's going to continue back onto the hatch, onto the roaches. Now a couple corrosive vials coming down as well, so a couple corrosive vials coming straight into place just for now. These stalkers will continue to harass us. Kind of funny how roach heavy we are despite the melee upgrade. Now we see a few more lings on the way, but yeah, it's a lot of roaches, so clearly feeling like we need this roach kind of cluster to really deal with the build-up of stalkers. Like I say, the lings should be able to do pretty well in this scenario, but if you don't have a lot of lings, they're not going to do much. You know, numbers is a pretty big part of it. One more roach caught in a stasis ward. Roach Ravage chasing through again. Just going to be seeing the stalker still chased. Oracle's right there as well. Gonna go Colossus behind this is Mindelvk. Against the Roach Ravage, I don't love it as much. Against the Ling portion of this, I do, but then we're not really Ling heavy, we're Roach Ravager heavy. We saw Cham in that game earlier against the Colossus, had a really good opportunity, despite being in a bad position. He actually had a pretty good chance to do a lot with the Roaches, actually. Against Colossus, just because he was able to get a good surround, and the Colossus don't kill the Roaches quickly. This is nice. Ravages getting activated on by the Oracles. As this army of minis comes across the map and looks to do damage. Oh, we corrosive vial down one of the Oracles. It's always going to be a feels good. As, man, the Oracles, though, having a good time knocking down Ravages, and I don't think we break through here. With a few Zelds getting warped in that can come into the front, I just do not see this being enough. It's because the Roach is still chasing through. A couple corrosive vials coming down. You see the Stalkers taking damage. Colossus are going to be up next for grabs. I just don't see this being enough overall, as we do see the Roaches, the Lings, and everything else continue to come through right now. Just going to be seeing those couple Colossus pulling back, holding away for a couple moments. And it's just going to be GG right there. Mindelvk is just going to get the hold, and Mini Zerg is not going to have enough to hang on in against that one.
When you look at where you are and then where the very best are, improving can start to feel like an impossible task. But it doesn't have to be this hard. Enter Ladder Legends. Ladder Legends is a dedicated...
I forgot I need to hide that video after. My apologies. I shocked myself. I suddenly saw a bright white screen. Alright. So there you go. Get this ready to go. Off any moment or two. Get this ready to go. Countdown coming through here on Tourmaline. Alright, let's get into it, my friends. We have ourselves on the bottom left-hand side the red Protoss player. This is going to be up a game, Mindelvk in this best of 5. So up 1. Get this ready to go. So yeah, game 2 of this series, or get this started up, kick this off, get this underway. Let's see what we get, see what happens, as we have a little bit of setting up to do. Imagine a couple drones coming over, again, getting the assimilator will build. We have that probe going across the map, but not fast enough to block the hatchery. It's down in plenty of time, so this will just go up into the main and keep an eye on things. For the foreseeable future, at least. So it'll be that. Oh, nibbles. Probe takes some damage. A bit back and forth right away there too. Just start things off again. Hatch gas pool. Gonna be the choice from Mini Zerg. Which is not really much of a choice, just such a standard build, but it doesn't mean he's not choosing to do anything more aggressive than that, so we at least get that much info to start us off with. What's up, Talazoid? How you doing? Good morning to you. Hello, hello. Thanks for dropping by, watching some StarCraft with us today. As we have, again, just in case you weren't aware, guys, if you weren't here earlier when we were talking about it, this is our first of 2 qualifiers today. So, when this series wraps up, we're currently 3 hours away from our second qualifier, so the stream will go offline during that time. And when we come back, it will be time for our second qualifier about 3 hours from now. So, we have got more SC2 coming for you guys, but we will go offline in between events because there is not a lot else going on for a little bit, is the TLDR. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what's happening. It's just letting you guys know. After this series, we'll be back on later. Been watching the vids for a while, finally able to catch a stream. Amazing. I still find it fascinating that people watch the not. Like, this seems crazy. I should probably stop saying this in 2026. It's really not that fascinating anymore, but like, that people watch, like, you know, I was always a streamer first, right? So whenever people watch the videos and not the stream, I'm like, what? This is baffling. Adept trying to shade through, but will not go too far, and he's just going to pull back. There's a queen at the front that was very far forward, but not really anything coming of that either. And we will settle here for a few moments. We have a couple of lings that's going to go jump on toward the drone or so. I mean, Adept goes down, 1 drone dead. Not really what you're looking for. Would have probably rather have had more out of that. Let's be realistic. As the Oracle and the Warp Gate continue through, the Adept is going to disappear off the production tab. But Nexus starts. We've got a few lings that are going to try and pressure that a little bit heading down to the bottom. Let's see what they can do. As they head straight down over here, Oracle activates. And Adept and Oracle together will be able to push those lings away. And yeah, the Queen building up for Mini Zerg, the few extra drones producing through as well. So again, we get a lot of that on the way. The Zerglings will take their chance to move over. And yeah, Twilight Council and Forge both still building up for a couple of seconds, and the game just develops. I wonder if Mini Zerg is going to do anything crazy like that proxy hatch he did in that opening game against Lemon. Obviously not in this game right now, but like, you know, in a game, maybe if this goes to 1-on-1, I wonder if he cranks it out in a game 3 or so, or if it really was just like a, I'm a real underdog in that last series, let's just try something. So, that was such a funky one. I was kind of wondering if we might see something more kind of akin to that, but it's obviously just not been the case at all thus far in this series, so. Oracles looking for that chance to get a few drones. Queen in a good place, Spawn in a good place. Yeah, that was not really an access opportunity, and we see that is very much so the case as now the Oracles fly by. They're going to actually target down a Queen here, so that Queen will go down. Another couple of drones start to drop, an Oracle already been taken out. So 1 Oracle going down, the other drones moving about again. A couple workers beginning to fall here currently. Again, Lings and the melee upgrade all building by. And a couple drones are nice, but only 1 Oracle getting out of here in the end, so not really loving. We've seen so many Oracles die today. It's been a very messy day for Oracle control. And even not, sometimes it's not even messy, sometimes it's just like thinking you can do more and you don't. Yeah, it's been a bit of a day for Oracles just in general. I would not say it's been their best showing, in all honesty, so yeah. Well, the Hydra Den coming up, the Bailing Nest coming down, melee upgrade still building into place as well. Let's take a few moments right here. So drones all producing. The Lings gonna escape away back to the upper right-hand side. Just gonna have ourselves the Hydra Den about to finish. Hatching the drones coming up. 7 additional gates producing as Mindelvk is swarming in terms of gateway production in the very near future here. So gonna have that up and online very, very soon. As there's a couple of Stalkers, we'll continue after the Overseer. Looking for a little extra, but probably not going to get too much. Just going to knock that down, and that will be pretty much about that for the moment. Sorry, the Oracle's combined in for another 6 drones. They found a little extra at the end of this. That really is not bad, but that's also really about it, just for now, still. Stalkers and the Oracles combined together. Just once again going to move up toward the top. And you see the Zerglings moving down around the right side. Ling Hydra still joining in. +1 missiles, Baneling speed, and the Muscle augments coming online as well. So we get a little bits of everything. The Ling's going to hit this 4th base. I mean, that should get cancelled. Stalkers and the Oracles for now going to be successfully pushed away from here. So that is going to be a cleanup as well. This Ling is just going to continue over. As the Stalkers again will gather and just relocate. For now, I feel the Ling's actually going to get over here. They're going to commit in. A couple of Stalkers take some shots right off the bat. Again, the +1 missiles and the Hydras will continue to build through. As again, the charge and the +2 attack upgrade going to be a part of that as well. So again, we'll continue to bring that straight up into play. Hey, what's up, Kan Sakan? Thank you so much for the fresh new subscription. Appreciate you supporting the stream and the content. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support early in the year. January is a miserable month for us in terms of ad revenue, which is where usually a lot of our revenue comes from, guys. So, feeling generous this January. I know it's a pretty dismal month for a lot of people, but if you are feeling generous, consider subbing up. Use those primes. It's greatly appreciated. Get us over the great January ad revenue disappearance act that happens every year. Appreciate you guys. We do see a couple of queens going down there, going to get picked up immediately. Just going to be seeing the things actually getting a wrap on some of these Stalkers. Going to be a good opportunity to get a lot of kills. These Stalkers, so much damage taken. Realistically, that just hurts. Straight up and simple, that just hurts. That's so much damage taken right there. So that really does add up against you. As the results and the Stalkers coming back over for the moment. Heading back up to the left-hand side, just going to be seeing a couple of Zealots going to charge through. A couple of Banes and some pickoffs there as well. So Zerglings still chasing after the Zealots. Depths and picked away at also. And we just continue over. Hydras will continue to chase. Stalkers pulling back. You see the rest of these Zealots going to be over on the right side, just aiming to get to the front here. Gonna get 4 workers. We're still not done just yet though, so not exactly I honestly don't think exactly what we were looking for here realistically as Mindelvk, who looks to try and obviously get some damage done and see some success and so on and so forth. And yeah, I would say like he's still keeping the Zerg back and busy, but he's given up a lot of units, and again, what he's really gained overall is not that much. I think Mini Zerg probably can push and shove. He's not going to just yet. The big concern maybe is the fact that it's still Ling Hydra, but Mindelvk is doing nothing to tech away from this army comp. No Robo Bay for Colossus, no Temple Archives for Storm. There's a Temple Archive starting now. Mindelvk should die if the Zerg attacks. Especially because he's still just throwing Zealots at Mini Zerg. And Mini Zerg has to say, man, you are absolutely just lathering me with units. But the reality is, the reason he's doing that is because he knows if he lets the Zerg come across the map, it's not going to end well for him. So if Mini Zerg can just recognize that and get to the other side, he's going to build a Lurker Den, and an Infestation Pit is the most unnecessary thing right here. To be fair, he doesn't necessarily know the tech situation of his opponent, but if he knew there was no splash on this game, there's no way you don't just walk across the map and put an end to this game right now. Zealots are still getting after the drones, and so you can understand why you're maybe not super eager to, you know, commit through and just send it. But, like, this is exactly what Mindel wants. Actually loses the Prism at least, so that will slow some of this down. Lose this hatchery. Okay, I actually think killing this hatchery may be a bad thing for Mindel. Because I actually think Mini Zerg was not attacking, but losing this hatchery might make him attack. It's hard to say exactly if that's the case, because obviously he might also attack because he's also just cleaned up all the aggression for the first time in a couple of minutes, so let's see. Totally Not a Pylon, thank you so much for the 50-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's have a few Zealots on the right side. Gonna get rid of that hatchery. That's nice. I mean, if you keep your opponent down to between 3 and 4 bases, it's something, but it doesn't exactly fix your main issue, which is this Ling Hydra army is absolutely beastly and is making your life difficult right now. I'm just still pressing down. I mean, gonna go on 2 sides. The Stalkers blink in over here. It just feels as though he has enough. Hey, we do have Storm now. Mindelvk bought himself enough time to get Storm. Out of position on the right side, obviously. A lot of focus on the left. These Banes have no reason to crash in here. Keep them alive. Just no reason to kind of make this any sort of a trade or anything like that. Not with the Banelings, at least. They're just, like I say, just not needed. Couple storms coming down. The storms are pretty darn good, to be fair. Mindelvk is, again, making some things happen at the moment in this game. Keeping it going at this point in time. Stalker's now going to keep chasing. On the other side of the map, drones are going down as the Stalker Zealot army pushes up, and Mindelvk is getting away with absolute murder. I can't believe he's going to win this game. What? All we had to do is attack when you were maxed out on Hydraling. And Mindelvk played it absolutely correctly. He did everything he was meant to. Because what Mindelvk did was Mindelvk made this a situation where he's like, hey, I'm going to make it difficult for you to justify attacking. And that was the mistake, right? At the end of the day, that's the reason why this went wrong, because his opponent didn't attack him. If his opponent attacked him, Mindelvk was done for. But he made it difficult for that to happen and actually got up to Storm and actually was able to take good fights in the end, which arguably is maybe even crazier as well. Absolute lunacy. And that game actually does go the way of our freaking Protoss player. That's disgusting. That is truly, utterly disgusting. I can't believe it. Crazy business. Alright, we're gonna go game 3. Mindelvk leads 2-0, map away from qualifying. What's up, friendly uncle? Thank you so much for subbing up to the channel as well. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for supporting the StarCraft 2 and the content. We appreciate you guys. Girls, this is part of the OSC Championship, guys. If you want to find out more about the OSC Championship, I'll drop a little link in the chat. The !OSC. And you can find out all about the OSC Championship on their homepage, explaining the format and how players have qualified, etc., etc. So do check that out. It's a great tournament. We love it. We do this every year. We cast this every year. OSC runs all throughout the year. We partner with them for a bunch of our events as well, for example. So yeah, it really is great to kind of get to the conclusion of the year, which is where we're at now, and go from there. Exciting, exciting. All right. Yo, what's up, DPI 7600? Thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, we're gonna get going on 10,000 feet. I think our players are just AFK a moment or two, so we are just waiting on them. Otherwise, we're gonna be good to get into this. We're very ready. Obviously, just give the players a chance to ready themselves up as well. You want me to call his full name out? I mean, his full name is DPI 7600. You know? That's the English version they pick. So, you know. That's the part I'm meant to read out, you know? That's the part I'm obligated to say. I don't know how to say the rest of it. I don't speak, I want to say that's... It looks like Japanese, but I don't know what it actually is realistically, so... Like, at first glance I thought it was Japanese, but I actually don't know what those symbols are from. Could be a whole bunch of other places. Alright, in the bottom right, we have ourselves the red as a Protoss player who's up 2-0. It is Mindelvk. Just in the top left, our blue Zerg is going to be Mini Zerg. Alrighty, 10,000 feet for what could be the last series or last game of this tournament today, guys. Like I say, in 3 hours' time, we have a second qualifier, the Open Qualifier number 2. So if you guys want to join us in 3 hours, we'll be back live on Twitch and on YouTube. I don't know what to do about my YouTube. I don't know whether to put my YouTube video up early. I don't know whether to put my YouTube video up after our second stream of the day. I don't know whether to just not upload my YouTube video for today. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to not upload it. I feel like 2 streams in a day is already going to overload the YouTube. I feel like YouTube's already going to struggle with that fact. Never mind the possibility of a... never mind the possibility of like an actual uploaded VOD on top of everything else. So yeah. Or maybe, I think I'm just going to upload it anyway, actually. Because you know what? Like, we have so many videos to get through. We're not really hurting for... not really hurting otherwise. YouTube only lets you have 1 upload a day. No, you can upload as much as you want. But I've trained my YouTube to understand that I stream at one part of the day and I've uploaded video at another. So the moment you do something different to that, YouTube doesn't like it because you're breaking your algorithm. You know, I'm breaking the... You know, like, YouTube loves routine. And if you break the routine, YouTube just rebels and it doesn't promote you like it usually does. I train the algorithm. I mean, I don't really train the algorithm, it's just how it works, but yes, in essence, it's all algorithmy. Which is kind of wild, but such is the way of the world. Spend so much time thinking about this freaking YouTube algorithm, man. Alright, couple of links gonna gather up. Just gonna be seeing the link speed coming through as well, so get set here for a couple of moments and figure out just where we're going to go next. A couple of links go after the probe for a moment or two, so just going to chase that over to the side. Again, link speed, a couple of links all coming about for a couple of seconds here, so we get that on the way. Yeah, that link speed coming through. Get that rolling. Stargate going to be the choice for Mindelvk at the start of this one. The algo controls Wardy. Yeah, I don't know if I care enough to let the algorithm control me, but like, I do try and keep it happy if I can, you know, like, you know, why upset if I don't have to? is the main moral of the story. You know, why make something an issue if it doesn't need to be an issue? Thanks to be building up over here as well, guys. We get that on the way out. Just gonna have the hatchery coming through, the Overlord chilling over across the map, a couple of depths still looking around themselves to just try and be a little bit of an annoyance initially as well. So again, trying to find some value through all of that. Let's see the Ling's actually going to jump onto a couple of Adepts here. And the Adepts will get cleaned up with the aid of the Oracle, so that will not be so bad at the end of the day. Yeah, Queen, our drones continue to build through for the moment. A couple of Adepts continuing by. Let's see those couple of Adepts continue to gather up, so again, we take a few moments, get settled down. Queen, Evo Chamber coming about as well. This drone is going to return across at the same time as well. And lab building, blink on the way. Just going to see those couple of gates continuing through also, so we get a lot of that coming up right now. You see the couple of oracles are going to peel out over to the far side as well, so we'll see what that can maybe achieve for us here. Get this all setting up right now. So bringing that through, getting this going. Lag coming up, melee upgrade coming through. Just gonna get the rest of this all coming about still for a couple of seconds here. So again, some bits and pieces coming over. The oracles will move back around the sides and again stay active and look for as much possibility as they can get going for themselves in the next few moments here. Just gonna kick that off. A couple oracles coming through. Melee upgrade, Hydro Den, Bailing Nest. And some little bits and pieces coming through for the moment. The Blink going to be a part of this as well. Hydro Den, the Bane Nest still coming up. Melee upgrade still coming online. Drone's going to get caught in the Stasis Ward, so we'll see a few of those getting captured at the same point of this. And again, just Hydro Den and Bane Nest continue to come through for the next couple of moments. So a lot of that coming straight in. And Speed going to be a part of this now as the melee upgrade continues, and the Stalkers work their way up that left-hand side, so it's going to push over. Overlord are going to get jumped on pretty quickly there, and the Stalkers will start to put some pressure out. This hatchery obviously in some initial trouble already. The Lings are going to chase over. The Stalkers still being hunted. Again, Bane speed, some Hydra speed, the melee upgrade, little bits of everything still building into play right now as the Stalkers will try and fight. Lings, Queens, drones trying to join together right there. And you see a couple more probes coming out. The Ling Hydra still coming through. The Lings getting caught in a stasis ward as well for a couple of moments. The extra Stalkers coming over. And Mindelvk keeps the pressure up. We need these Hydras to start getting up into good numbers. Hydras in better numbers are going to be the be-all and end-all of this situation, plain and simple. So if we can get to those, that would be amazing. You see a little bit of the Ling Queen Hydra still gathering together right there and continuing to fight for the moment. The Stalker's still trading out, more damage being done. See, the Queen is going to get jumped on, and Mini Zerg is just going to say, G. Mindelvk with the 3-0 sweep in this matchup. Man, we had one great qualifying match, and the other three just kind of falling short, unfortunately, at the end. But, yeah, Mindelvk with some good control, some good Stalker micro, getting the job done. Justin's Place, thank you so much. The 6 months in advance sub for 38 months in a row. Appreciate the 6 months in advance. Love to see that. Thank you so much for the generosity and the belief in the continued great StarCraft. I will promise we shall not disappoint you in that regard. Guys, that is going to be it for us on the first qualifier of the day of the OSC Championship. There will be another later. So later on will be the next challenger bracket. Let's have a look at the OSC Championship Wikipedia together for a few moments and have a look at this. Cool. Let me bring you guys onto this screen. So, right now we've had 8 players qualified for the lower bracket, and a couple of places remain. So there's going to be 2 more qualifiers, one tomorrow and one later today, like I say, in about 3 hours' time. So we've got a couple more spaces to give over here. And these players that are qualifying from the challenger brackets will be joining us in the lower bracket. So they start in this first round of the lower bracket down here. And then obviously we do have the upper bracket has already been set based on OSC participation throughout the year. Hero and Max Packs are the top seeds. Beyond and Showtime just below them. Clem and Solar just below them. Classic and Percival will come in as 7 and 8. And then 9 through 20 will be Creator versus Nightmare, Skillus versus Shin, Geralt versus Yakov, Cure versus Rebellion, Shameless versus Jumi, and Nico Ranked versus Christiana. This main OSC Championship bracket begins on the 6th of January. So that will be coming up. That will be a thing coming through sooner rather than later for you guys. Just letting you know that. Like I say, 6th of January will be the date for this main event to begin. So that's what's going on. That is what's happening, guys. I hope you are all very excited because honestly, it looks like an absolute ton of fun. I think it's going to be awesome as well. Cool. So, with that said, guys, what are we going to be doing next? We are going to be wrapping this one up, I think, is the TLDR of it. So, thank you for joining us. I will be back with you guys in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, I actually have quite a bit of time to go and chill out for a little bit. So, I'm going to go and take advantage of exactly that. And I will see you guys, like I say, when I return in 2 hours and 40 minutes to figure out another couple of players who are going to be qualifying through. The next bracket, hang on, Challenger bracket, Open bracket 2. I'll show you guys just quickly the sign-ups so far. These are the current sign-ups. Obviously, players do not necessarily check in, but you can see signed up right now. Art is back on Mono. We're going to be seeing Mini Zerg is going to make a return. Night Phoenix actually could be a fun player. Nice could be a fun player to watch as well. Obviously, Mindelvk now qualified. Sebezdes is coming back. We've got some fun signups, and obviously more players can sign up still over the next couple of hours, and you guys can do so as well, because this one is open! And this one is the Dave Testa Open Challenger Bracket, so yeah, you guys can qualify to this one too, if you want to play. It is all on Wikipedia, etc., or even in the chat, because Eddie is awesome. And I am going to edit my bracket link to that right now before I have to copy-paste it from somewhere else later. Easy. Cool. Alrighty, guys. That's it for us for now. Like I say, I'll be back in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Stream will go live in about 2 hours and 20. So until then, you guys have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you all. Set of ads on the outro, and we'll host someone up when we're done. I'll see you guys in 2.5 hours.